Well, John, since there has been television, the almost magical panorama of New Year's Day in Pasadena, California has been shown across much of the world. The San Gabriel Mountains changing colors as the sun slides toward the Pacific, and the great old arena filling to the brim with the partisan faithful. And a Happy New Year to all of you from those of us out here on the sunset side of the mountains. I'm Keith Jackson, along with Tim Brandt, and Todd Harris is with us, reporting from the field. Tim, you can't talk about this ball game between Purdue and Washington without starting with the quarterbacks.
Partner, you're absolutely right. Drew Brees, Marcus Tuiasosopo, but everybody's talking about how well they throw, how well they run. I think the key is going to be how well they control the game. You know, when Washington beat Miami, the Huskies had the ball 14 more minutes than the Canes did. Marcus wants to keep Drew off the field. Drew wants to keep Marcus off the field. I think the way they move the chains, the way they shorten the game and melt the clock, that's going to be critical today. They have to melt the clock. Control of the game is it.
So basically, I guess in one word or one phrase, it's keep away with two different versions of doing it, John.
Exactly, Keith. We'll look for that. That's the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T. Now, question for you and for everyone else out there. Which Purdue quarterback, as a senior, led his team to the Rose Bowl, was a finalist in the Heisman Trophy, and was a hero on campus?
John, I'm only 45 years old. I mean, I can't remember that far back. Is there anybody?
There's actually two answers to the question. There's, of course, Drew Brees, who's done it this year, and then there's our Bob Griese, who did it back in '67, so we had to get them together.
Purdue has only been to the Rose Bowl one time, 34 years ago. What kind of feeling have you had in the last few weeks about taking them the second time after 34 years?
Obviously, the first time back in 1967, it was probably crazy. It has definitely been a long time coming. And I can't tell you how many people at the beginning of this year came up to me and said, "This is our year." I was at that Rose Bowl in 1967. You know, that was a long time ago, and I want to go back, and this is our chance.
Happened my senior year. Happened your senior year, too. You made a decision last year not to go to the NFL and to come back. Good decision.
I came back to win a Big Ten championship and go to the Rose Bowl. And we did have our ups and downs this season, and there were times where I thought, you know, this is so far away. After that Penn State game, we were sitting there 3-2. Everybody was thinking, gosh, you know, Purdue is headed downhill. And I knew we weren't, but I looked at the rest of our schedule and I thought, this is going to be a tough task.
You're not very big, kind of the same size I am. You're not tall, 6'4", you're not 235 pounds, you can't throw it 75 yards. What makes you think you can play in the NFL?
I'm smarter. I'm smarter than the rest. I feel like my intangible qualities are a lot better than my tangible ones. You're right, I'm not going to get out there and amaze you with my arm strength or my speed or my prototypical size, because I'm not like that at all. But I just work on the things that I can help. I can't make myself grow, can't make myself faster, you know, to a great extent, but I can make myself smarter.
I was around here 4 years, took them to the first Rose Bowl, won the game, came back and all that other stuff. What is this they name a street after you? Now, I got no street name, the Drew Brees Way. What is this? We could have an intersection named Greasy Breeze.
They got the sandwich named after you.
Yeah, but a sandwich compared to a street? Come on. What's the story here?
I think your street should be, they ought to name 26 after you. There you go. You need a big road. See, I have a little road. You need a big road.
You mean the expressway, a highway?
Yeah, you need a highway.
The fast lane.
Yes, you need the fast lane.
Yeah, I'm in the fast lane. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
Bob Griese deserves a street named after him, perhaps here in Miami.
I remembered, Bob, you were the other quarterback.
Although one thing that people won't remember, when Bob Griese left Purdue, he had 16 school records. He has one left. Drew Brees now has 19.
Yeah, but Drew Brees is not just a smart quarterback. He has everything. He can throw the bomb, the rope, the lob, and he's run for over 500 yards. He's like the pitcher that can hit the outsides of the plates and win the game. He's going to be a great NFL quarterback after this Rose Bowl game.
Yeah, that is one thing a lot of people do not talk about, is how well Drew Brees can run the football and get the touchdowns with his feet as well. Stick around. When we come back, we will continue with our pregame show as we get ready for the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. Joe Tiller, what a job he has done as head coach at Purdue, and Rick Neuheisel, well, he's got Washington back in those hunts for the national championship, perhaps in years to come. This is the new Ford Escape pregame show. You're looking live at Pasadena, California, in the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T, Washington and Purdue. This one is coming up. We'll kick things off in just about 20 minutes' time as we get the Bowl Championship Series underway. John Saunders and Terry Bowden. More on that game in a moment, but of course up next, it's the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T. For more on that game, let's return to Pasadena, California, for good news from a Washington player who's been out since the beginning of the season. Let's join Todd Harris.
Thank you, John. On October 28th, Washington defensive back Curtis Williams suffered a spine injury against a game against Stanford. Now, that unfortunately left him without the use of his arms and legs. The prognosis is uncertain, but one thing that is certain, he has not been forgotten by his teammates or the community in Seattle. Since that game, they have had his initials embroidered on their jersey, and they have worn it every day since, and they will do the same today. Amazingly, Curtis Williams has made the trip to the Rose Bowl, and he was in the locker room to greet his Washington teammates as they arrive for today's contest.
You hear me? On everything.
Well, Curtis will be here for the entire game. He will watch the game from a private box in the Rose Bowl press box area. He will have a medical team with him the entire time. And we join college football fans across the country in wishing our very best for number 25, CW Curtis Williams. When we come back, more from South Florida with John and Terry right here on ABC Sports.
Spanish commentary for this game can be heard using the SAP feature on your TV set where available. Brought to you by National Car Rental.
Marcus Tuiasosopo, you heard him talking with his coach, Rick Neuheisel, before the game, perhaps a little nervous. Getting ready to fight in the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T, and so much has been made about the senior quarterback in this game, the Rose Bowl. But the senior quarterback most people have been talking about is Drew Brees. But the other quarterback is a senior as well, Marcus Tuiasosopo, and this guy has been a leader his entire life. Marcus Tuiasosopo was destined to be a leader. It was his birthright, a position passed down for generations, a responsibility to the Tuiasosopo name.
My heritage is something that I'm definitely proud of. I just want to be the type of person that my parents raised me to be, and I think that has to do with how they were both raised.
My father is the chief of the Tuiasosopo family. He moved back to Samoa a few years ago to try and return the title back to the family. So that was his mission, and he was successful in doing that, and it's a big issue back in Samoa.
Football is also part of the bloodline. Manu was a defensive lineman at UCLA before playing 8 years in the NFL.
For Samoan people, they're big and they're strong, and they're very competitive in nature. So yes, from the Samoan side, I would say it's in their genes.
Genes that have been passed down to Marcus, whose exploits on the football field have earned him praise and the nickname the Samoan Warrior.
He always had to be the ringleader of the neighborhood kids. So back then I saw leadership skills. At that time I didn't know what it would evolve into.
I've always loved that position. I don't know why, but it's something I enjoy doing, and I love being a quarterback.
Leadership and athletic success can't solely be attributed to Samoan roots. His mother is also part of a football legacy.
He's got good genes on Manu's side of the family and on my side. My mom's brother, my Uncle John Olszewski, played running back for the California Bears back in the 50s and also played pro football for 10 years.
I understand that on both sides, I'm mixed. I got my mom's side in the history and my dad's side in history. I'm definitely proud of both sides.
He's got my dad's authority in him, and he's also got my mom's kindness. So it's a good mix.
It's important to know where you're from. It's good to know that and understand that And while we don't make an issue out of it, he understands that heritage, not just from our family's sake, but also from the spiritual side as well.
A spirit that Chief Tuiasosopo hopes will one day guide his grandson back to his birthright.
He's always hoping that I would reconsider and go back, and he's working on Marcus now to think about coming back and trying to keep it in the bloodlines.
And it's a statement on just how far this guy's come as a quarterback and how far you've come as an announcer, because when you joined us a year ago, you first became my partner, you couldn't even say this guy's name.
Hey, I thought it was X's, O's, it's consonants and vowels. I get this job, but I've got to say Marcus Tuiasosopo. I'm from the South. Where's the Billy Wayne Smith, you know? That was tough on me, but I'll tell you, this guy is really something. He's competitive, and he's a leader, and it was smart of Rick Neuheisel last year to build their offense around him and his skills. That's why they run the option, they run the ball, they play action, and that's why they're in the Rose Bowl.
Washington used to get to Rose Bowls with great defense. They're not doing that. You got a prediction in this game?
No, it's going to be a high score, and they don't have a great defense. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Both quarterbacks going to do a great job, but Drew Brees is going to complete one more pass than Tui, and Purdue's going to win it at the end.
You just went right back to the Tui. All right, Rose Bowl presented by AT&T is up next. Coaches finding ways to motivate their team. Rick Neuheisel will do anything that needs to be done.
The money ball.
Set. 40 years after the Rose Bowl victory of his Notre Dame team.
Just like you read about money. Give me some. Hey, don't leave me hanging. You're too old for that.
This is the moment, my final test. Listening beckons, I never reckon second best. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, the greatest moment of them all. The 87th Rose Bowl game, Big Ten champion Purdue and the Pac-10 champion Washington. The Rose Bowl presented by AT&T. A glorious sunny day in Southern California. Grand Marshal of the 112th Tournament of Roses, Tom Brokaw, national anchor of NBC Nightly News. The Rose Queen, Miss Michelle Jacobs, 17-year-old student from Flint Ridge Sacred Heart, La Cañada Flint Ridge area, which is a neighboring community to the city of Pasadena. And, of course, the identity with Tom Brokaw in Los Angeles from his days here as a news anchor at Channel 4. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the national anthem by the Purdue University All-America Marching Band, directed by Dr. David A. Lapla. California, the Navy Strike Fighter Squadron 125. All right, the preamble is done, and as Regis says, let's play some football.
ABC Sports proudly presents Game 1 in our exclusive coverage of the Bowl Championship Series.
dominant persona of the Rose Bowl game will surely be the quarterbacks. It has to be so. The legacy of quarterbacks at both universities is profound. Across the half-century for the Purdue Boilermakers, the quarterback corps has had the likes of Dawson, Greasy, and Phipps, Danielson, Herman, Everett, and a fellow named Brees, who's torn up the Big Ten and school record books, leading Purdue to its second Rose Bowl game ever. The Huskies, just as notable, were the quarterback legion of Heinrich, Glorette, Six-Killer, and Moon, Chandler, Brunel, and the Heward brothers, and the big fellow they call Tui, who has taken virtually all the quarterback snaps across the last 2 seasons, leading the Huskies to a co-championship in the Pac-10. So it's a Texas gunslinger from Indiana, a Samoan prince from the Pacific Northwest, center stage in the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. And here come the Washington Huskies, the Pac-10 champions. A record of 10-1, ranked 4th in the BCS poll. 14th trip to the Rose Bowl. Their record is even at 6-6-1. Head coach Rick Neuheisel, second year. Here are the Boilermakers. Their first time in the Rose Bowl since 1967. Their record 8-3. Head coach Joe Tiller, his 4th year. He has taken Purdue to 4 straight bowl games. Times have you heard the magic in life is to find the right place at the right time? Number 15 did it perfectly. He went to Purdue to be a quarterback under Joe Tiller. Here's how he explained it happened.
You know, Coach Tiller getting that job and calling me up in December of my senior year. I had not gotten a call from any school up to that point, and he said, "Hey, you want to come be my quarterback?" And I thought, well, that's a long way away from home, but I like your offense. I like you. I like the school. I like the conference. What the heck?
And now to the center of the field for the flip of the coin as Joe Tiller settles in for an afternoon of hard work. The referee today out of the Atlantic Coast Conference is Jack Childress.
And the Washington to the dignitaries. First off, Mr. Ward, Mr. Sopo, and Mr. Triplett, shake hands with Mr. Lowe, Mr. Adele, Mr. Brees, Mr. Botched, and we also have an honorary captain from the University of Washington, number 25, who is in the press box, Curtis Williams. Gentlemen, shake hands, please. God bless you. Go on. God bless you. And gentlemen from Washington, captains, I would like to introduce the dignitaries for today's program. First off, Mr. Warren Brown, who is the president of the Tournament of Roses. Gentlemen, please meet Mr. Brown. And we have with us the Grand Marshal, Mr. Tom Brokaw. He's the Grand Marshal of the Tournament of Roses.
Play well.
Shake hands, gentlemen.
Great. Great game. Great game. Play well.
Gentlemen, we have a coin that Mr. Brokaw will toss. If you can please come in where you can hear me. This coin, there'll be no need to toss this. Washington, you're in blue, you're the home team. Purdue, you're in white, you're the visiting team. But this coin has a W for Washington. On the other side, it has the logo for the Purdue Boilermakers, the train. Mr. Brokaw will toss this. There's no need to call it. However it comes up, that team will win the toss. If it is, let it land. If it comes up sideways, gentlemen, we'll do it over. Mr. Brokaw. It is Washington. You gentlemen have won the toss, and it will be your choice. Washington coin is up, gentlemen. It is your choice. Washington, what would you prefer? You can receive, kickoff, or defend the goal, or defer to the second half. Your return. Excuse me, gentlemen. Washington captain has won the toss. Purdue captains, you want the ball. Which way would you gentlemen like to kick? Kick that way. Blue captain's here, white captain's here. Blue won the toss and deferred. Purdue's choice this half will receive it.
Tim Brandt, now that we know who gets the ball first, what kind of offense can we expect from Messrs. Brees and Tuiasosopo?
Well, you know they're quality people. They are warriors. They are extremely competitive, but they do it out of different schemes. Take a look at how they utilize these quarterbacks on each side of this field. We'll start with Drew Brees of Purdue. Now, they will use 4 wide receivers, sometimes 5, and spread that defense all the way across the field. Now, Brees will pump fake. Read those guys, fight the fake. He's already located his receiver, goes to that open area, that soft spot, great decision. Tuiasosopo, they like to get him on the corner, but watch his read. He reads that defensive end. His body lean is going for the pitch man. He takes him inside, first down, Washington. 2 distinctively different offensive schemes, but 2 terrific quarterbacks.
Let's talk about the resume of how these 2 teams got to this ball game and take a look at what the Boilermakers did. And I want you to pay particular attention to what happened in the month of October. That, to me, is remarkable. To beat Michigan, Northwestern, Wisconsin, and Ohio State all in a row and come from behind, way behind twice.
And more than anything else, Keith, it gave them a great deal of confidence. When they won those 4 ball games, they believed they could beat anybody in the nation.
Well, the Washington Huskies had some fourth-quarter heroics, and, well, they could have lost 6 ball games this year because they gave Miami their only loss of the year and Oregon State their only loss of the season, whereas they lost at Eugene to Oregon. But they had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks that were remarkable.
Sure, and everybody's yelling down at Miami saying they ought to be playing for the national championship. Don't forget, Washington beat Miami.
All right, the colors hold gold and black everywhere on this New Year's Day in Pasadena. Purdue says they could have sold 45,000. I think they sold more than that. They're here to cheer the Boilermakers. And we're ready to play football. Vinny Sutherland is waiting to receive it along with Chris Clopton, and John Anderson kicks it off for the Washington Huskies. It's a very high kick, looking up into a bright sky. Vinny Sutherland at the 14-yard line, and he'll come up short of the 20 on the return. So the AT&T starting lineup for the Purdue Boilermakers now. Quarterback Drew Brees, surely the right man in the right system as he's rung up record after record. He has also this year run for more yards than Marcus Tuiasosopo has. The backs and receivers, tailback is a stocky guy, and he's from Texas, as is Drew Brees. Now, Purdue's got a lot of folks from Texas on this football team, and you're going to hear Texas ringing out as the day goes along. But it's first down just short of the 20-yard line on the first snap for the white-shirted Boilermakers. And Drew Brees rolls, slips, and falls. Beat the rock from under him back on the 15-yard line. So there's a loss on the play. Back inside the 15 at the 11 is where they'll put it. Now, we told you the tailback is stocky sophomore, Montrell Lowe from Texas. He can burn a hole. Vinny Sutherland's not too big, neither is Seth Morales, but very good. It's a pitch-and-catch offense. The offensive front, remarkable performance in protecting their quarterback, and they are more than pushers. These guys can run block, and the left tackle, Matt Light, is an All-American. So now the Boilermakers start out in the hole after the feet went out from under their quarterback. They force him to run now as he pulls and throws to the sidelines. Throws about the original line of scrimmage. A.T. Simpson, a junior out of Indianapolis, made the catch for them. And he is up across the 25 to near the 27-28. So he's a little bit short of the first down.
Keith, this is a wide-open, fun offense. It's basketball on grass. Football's flying all over the place. Again, it's critical today, the time of possession, to move the chains, get first downs. This is a great scramble by Brees, and all of a sudden he locates his man who's wide open. They've got a shot at the first here. Don't make it. Good close by Washington, and they'll be running to the football aggressively this afternoon.
But it gives you an idea of what the Husky secondary are looking at for the rest of the afternoon. Brees again rolls out. Again, it's Light protecting, and they force him wide. He's looking, nothing there. He tries to run the ball, and he stepped out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line as the Huskies put him on his back, and the Boilermakers are going to have to put the ball in the air with the foot.
It's a great lick by Anthony Kelly, who's starting in front of Williams at that outside linebacker spot. He had a shot at Brees. He took it, put him on his back. He's going to say, hey, we're going to be coming after you all day. We want Brees to have his head on a swivel and looking for us.
In the punt now is Scott Kurz. K-U-R-Z is his name. Toure Butler is waiting for the Huskies, standing back inside his 40 at about the 42.
Washington's going to have good field position.
Snap was high, the kick is away, and it's a good one. It's a high-hanging spiral that is caught by Butler, and he is put away quickly, but too quickly by Vinnie Sutherland. There'll be a flag on it, and it'll cost the Purdue 5 yards.
Jumped into the halo. He's got to stay outside the 2-yard circle, and all of a sudden he was in there, didn't give him enough room. That'll cost him. You know, it's still, this serves a purpose. Washington will have great field position, but again, you get a great lick like that early, and it really gets their attention. Listen to it. That's football, smash mouth football.
Well, it was also perhaps not a very good decision by Butler, because he could have lost the ball in that circumstance, because they were looking right down the barrel at him, and he certainly should have been able to see him and call a fair catch.
But you know, that's the purpose of that 2-yard halo. Even if he catches that ball, they're still supposed to give him room to make the catch and avoid the injury.
All right, here come the Huskies for their first snap. The ball is just beyond the 35-yard line. Tuiasosopo is collared a yard short of the line of scrimmage. At quarterback, you've got an old-fashioned kind of football player in the AT&T starting lineup for the Washington Huskies. You just show him the place and tell him the time, and he'll come, wearing whatever you want. Marcus Tuiasosopo. He's a tough guy. He wills this team up and down the field.
And unlike Brees, where they use the pass to set up the run, Washington will use the legs of Tuiasosopo. They'll use the run to set up his pass.
Second down, 11. Neither one of the quarterbacks getting a very dramatic start in this ball game. Tuiasosopo rolling out, pursuit coming, pass his way to the sideline. Gets caught, but didn't amount to much. It's over on the sideline. So the backs and receivers now for the Huskies. They're beat up at these positions. Braxton Clemens starting at tailback. Rich Alexis and Willer Hurst will play with sore shoulders. Justin Robbins has a sore shoulder. Todd Elstrom a sore leg. The tight end, Jerry Stevens, is healthy. The offensive front, they're 5 300-pounders here, and they, I expect today, will try to pound away as the game wears on.
In third and long situations, Keith, with Washington, look for the tight end, Jeremy Stevens. He's 6'7". He's got an advantage in height, and Tuiasosopo has to put the ball high.
On 3rd and 9, pressure. Tuiasosopo breaks the pressure, throws the ball downfield, and the pass is incomplete, but there's a penalty flag, and it's called against Chris Clopton, a 5'7" cornerback trying to defend Justin Robbins, a 6-footer.
They looked for Stevens. He was covered. They went deep. He was open for a second, but they now have to decide if that ball was catchable.
They apparently have decided.
Here's the scramble. He's looking right now for Stevens, but he's got a lot of pressure. He scrambles out as he does so well, finds the deep receiver. Was this ball catchable? I don't think so. But they ruled it was, and so they move him down.
It's a 15-yard penalty, remember, in college football, and a first down. The ball is on the Purdue side of the field for the first time today, for Washington in possession at the Boilermaker 48-yard line. Clemens, the tailback, runs into the pile and will get down to the 45-yard line. Defensively for the Purdue Boilermakers, it is a quick athletic group. The tackles Terrell and Mitrione weigh in the 280s, and they are really active people. The linebackers, along with the safeties, make up the heart of the defense. You need to know that there are 5 freshmen in this defensive unit, but the season's over now. There are no more freshmen. Good size at safeties, but Chris Clopton, I told you, was only 5'7". Coaches say he's a pit bull, but he's still only 5'7".
Yeah, and speed is the biggest asset of this defense.
Second down and 8. Ball thrown to the sidelines. It is Jeremy Stevens, the tight end. Stevens is a 6'7", 255-pound sophomore out of Olympia. He's a very agile tight end, very quick for a guy that size.
He's a problem maker for the Boilermakers, and they know it. They're preparing, knowing that Stevens is going to have a big part in his game plan. Not only is he tall, he can run, and after he catches it, he can elude a lot of tacklers. That's good coverage and a good tackle, but he's going to cause some problems later.
Number 14, different number for a tight end. Nobody behind Tuiasosopo now as Calif comes out in motion. He can catch the ball too. Courier goes to the outside now. There are 2 men after him. Now he throws, and then it's completed down the field to Pat Reddick, the junior out of Newberry Park, California, at the 20-yard line. So that's the agility of Tuiasosopo that makes you commit. And then all of a sudden, bang, he's got a target.
You know, we've seen him so often, Keith. He's not the best passer in the conference. He's not the best runner, but definitely the most dangerous. They cannot keep him in the pocket. He feels the pressure again. It's almost instinctive. He rolls, and once he rolls, now they've got to be concerned with the run. When they come up, then you find your receiver. There he is, Riddick. He's got the first down. They move the chains. This offense scored 30 points 8 times this year.
It is first down from the 20-yard line on the Purdue side of the field for the Washington Huskies. Option play. It's the veer left, and Tuiasosopo will go down to the 15-yard line. The first play of the ball game was called today by Peggy Watson. Peggy Watson, who was a long-time associate in the football department at Washington for Don James, for Jim Lambright, and for Rick Neuheisel. She passed away last Friday, but the first play was called for her.
And you know what it was, Keith? She loved to see the ball in Tuiasosopo's hands, get him on the corner, and that's exactly what they ran, the same play we showed you in the open, and he ran it well.
And they called it peg left and peg right, and it was a good call, Peg. Now you memory live forever. Handed over the left side to Pat Conniff, the fullback. Hangs in there, got a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and now across the field you've got a flag.
Take a look at the Dell Game solutions for Washington. We mentioned time of possession is critical. They want to keep Brees off the field, so they want to shorten the game, melt the clock, move the chains, and they're doing that right now. Tuiasosopo has to spread the wealth. He's doing that. He can't do it all himself. He has to get Stevens involved. He has to get Clement as running back and Alexis in the game. He's got to get everybody involved in their game plan.
That's an offside penalty.
By the defense, 5-yard penalty. That's a first down.
So it's a big mistake by the Boilermakers because it gives Washington a first down. It's going to put the football right on the 10-yard line, first and goal.
Keep in mind, Purdue has not been in the Rose Bowl since the 1960s. Right now, their hearts are pounding through their chest. They've got cotton mouth right now. They've got to adjust.
Last time they were here, Timmy, candy bars were a nickel and Frank was singing Strangers in the Night.
The point is right now they've got to settle down. They've got to take this first blow by Washington and settle down and get in their game plan and not panic.
Now let's see what this great big old offensive front can do for the Huskies. Conniff is the man moving. Tuiasosopo looking to throw. Passes away underneath to Stevens, the tight end. And Stevens paddles his way to the goal line. The ball comes out, and they're going to say what?
He was down inside the 1. His knee hit.
Well, that extra effort there, trying to fight his way into the end zone, almost cost him the football. There was a freshman safety, Stuart Schweigert, that laid a lick on him and almost took the ball away.
Keith, I've made the point twice, and I will throughout the day. This guy is the biggest threat outside of Tuiasosopo, and they're going to use him all day long. He's a great receiver. He gets upfield. He's a tight end who can run. He's 6'7". He got all the way down to the 1. I'd just run Tuiasosopo on the quarterback sneak here and get the 6 on the board.
Willie Hurst is in the game, but he's cold. I would imagine Tui takes this one. Now he gave it away to Conniff, the fullback.
There's a flag.
And there's a flag. I don't know why you have to hand the ball off. They needed 4 inches.
I agree with you, but you know, that's a great story. That's Tuiasosopo giving it off to his boyhood friend, Pat Conniff. He wants to share the wealth.
They're calling the flag against Purdue, looks like. At least the Huskies are begging the case there.
Well, you can't get any closer to the goal line.
Gained 2 inches on the penalty.
Oh, what a great story he is. All those years, 1 winning season.
Offside, defense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, second down.
He comes in and takes him to 4 straight bowls. Keith, that's already the 4th penalty against Purdue. That's nerves.
They know they've got to be aggressive in attack, though, because they're outsized.
Yeah, but emotion gets in the way of concentration.
Courier keeps it this time, pitches it outside, and touchdown. Braxton Clemens walked in. Well, it may not have been pretty, and it may not have been fancy, but it counts.
His timing is impeccable. He knows they're looking for him on the corner. He reads so well. His decision-making is so solid. He read that defensive end, came to him. He pitched it to the pitchman who was wide open and just walked in.
Used about 4.5 minutes on that possession, too. 8 plays, 64 yards. 5'11" on that possession. John Anderson out of Boynton Beach, Florida, will try the point out of Cody Pickett's hole. It's up. It's good. And so the Washington Huskies strike here in the first quarter and stick it in the end zone in their first possession.
AT&T's broadband technology can carry your company's voice, video, and data around the world at speeds over 2 billion bits per second. Buckle up.
horsepower Sebring convertible.
The mole will befriend you. The mole will double-cross you. Who is the mole? The mole will earn your trust. The mole will lie to your face. Who is the
7-0. The Washington Huskies got on the board first here in the first quarter with 8:33 to go. Eddie Sutherland and Chris Clapton will go back for Purdue. John Anderson will kick it off. Anderson with a big leg. Eddie Sutherland had the first reception to start the ball game as Anderson kicked it to him. He is not that big, 5'9", but he's thick, 194 pounds, and he too is from Florida.
Drew Brees getting ready to come on. He has looked very nervous to me. He needs to settle down. On the other hand, you mentioned Washington wasn't pretty, and yet Tuiasosopo 4 for 4, 36 yards on that drive.
Here's the strength of Anderson's leg. Back into the end zone, 6-7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 20. Here's the Husky defense now. Number 70, nose tackle Larry Triplett is Purdue's biggest worry. He is a disruptor. He'll probably be double-teamed most of the day, and that opens opportunities for others. The linebackers play like defensive ends. Farms and Kelly are like arrows off the perimeter. Front seven are the key for the Huskies defense. Secondary, well, any secondary against Drew Brees is going to have a long afternoon. These people can play, though. True freshman Carruthers replaced Curtis Williams at that free safety position.
You mentioned Larry Triplett. He is an outstanding player. He's going to try to line up as much as he can on Ian Allen. He thinks he can beat Allen, and so they'll slide him over that side of the center, like right now. See him moving?
Yes, he moved about a yard. Allen handled him all right. In fact, got a little daylight as the ball comes into the stack of Montrell Lowe from LaPorte, Texas. And Montrell finds a couple of yards. The temperature down on the field is warm. It's, well, probably in the 90s right on the surface of the field. But as the afternoon goes on and the angle of the sun changes, it will cool off dramatically.
Keith, as you did those starting lineups, I can't help but think when Purdue plays well, the offensive line plays well. When the offensive line plays poorly, Purdue plays poorly. It's hard to believe all those passes. Brees was only sacked 7 times this whole year.
2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, Brees very quickly. Boom, boom. Man's got it. He's got a first down. It is John Standiford, a freshman from Monrovia, Indiana. Here's a look at our Tostitos team comparison.
Pretty interesting team comparison, too. If you look by sacks, Washington's had 33 of them, and that's with Tuiasosopo being as mobile as he is. But here's what we were just talking about. Brees has been sacked only 7 times this year. All the Purdue quarterbacks only 8 times all year. To me, that is incredible.
The football has been moved just short of the 35, where it's a first down for the Boilermakers. The backup quarterback today, incidentally, is David Edgerton, a senior from Garden City, Kansas Community College. Brees working out of the shotgun. Very quick release. Fires his tight end. He voted the top tight end in the country and got the Mackey Award. Tim Stratton, a junior from Oak Brook, Illinois. And Another first down.
We talked a lot about Stevens on the other side being 6'7". Stratton, as you mentioned, the John Mackey Award winner.
Here's a penalty, Tim.
Offside by the defense. That penalty is refused. First down.
But the point I was going to make is Stratton also figures big in the game plan. He is the guy that is 6'4", 252 pounds. He got everybody to jump. They flexed him out to the right, and he makes the catch. He's extremely smart finding the soft, open area.
The wild man to the team, too. He's the fun maker on that football team. From the 41-yard line of Washington, Brees getting pressure sacked. Well, that's 8. So the Huskies penetrate. Daryl Daniels, inside linebacker. You get involved or start double-teaming triplet now. That's going to open the door for Daniels and Madavi, and Daniels came walking right through it.
Well, just as we tell you that he's only been sacked 7 times all year, here they come, and they bring it right up the middle. They try to overload. Look at this. They run a little quick stunt. Here comes Daniels, 24, finds the open area and makes the sack. They call him Double D, as you mentioned, but here's the deal. Rick Neuheisel calls him the piano guy. Says he runs like he's got a piano on his back. He's not fast, but he's smart, and he's aggressive.
Second down and 16 now for Purdue. Working out of the shotgun. Brees hands the ball off. Penalty flag was thrown. The play goes to the right side with low carrying. And he might have teased the Huskies into the neutral zone. Yeah, he did. Let me give you the officials. They're from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Jack Childress, we told you, the referee. Rosario Amato, the umpire. Bud Elliott, the head linesman. Ted Jackson, the line judge. Darrell Harrison, the side judge. John Armstrong, the field judge. Virgil Valdez, the back judge. And Ron Cherry is your alternate. So from one coast to the other, they have come.
Here's the difference right there. 4 penalties, 25 yards.
It's second down, 11 now for Purdue. Gives the ball back to Lowe, and the Huskies eat him up right on the 45-yard line. When we finish up here in Pasadena today, it'll be Oregon State and Notre Dame in the first ever meeting of these two schools, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, right after the opening game of the Bowl Championship Series, which is this one, the Rose Bowl. I think that'll be a terrific football game over at the Fiesta Bowl tonight. We've seen both teams, and Notre Dame wouldn't make many mistakes. Oregon State is a full-bore, wide-open, let-her-rip football team. Drew Brees with time, looking around, going big. He's got a man in the corner. It's incomplete, overthrew him. Seth Morales, a sophomore from Indianapolis, running under the ball.
I'll tell you what's pretty interesting, that Washington that time went to a zone blitz and got everybody back and had 2 guys that were playing free in the back of that zone. 14, 15 guys in the huddle. They're substituting from the field. You'll see when they run it, you'll see 41 drop out of there. He was up at the line of scrimmage. They're in that zone blitz. He throws it out of bounds. Good defense.
The receiver's running out of bounds anyway. He had disqualified himself by running out of bounds for about 12 yards.
That's correct.
High snap over the head of the punter. Goes back and covers the ball at the 25-yard line. Tim Stratton snapped it. The ball went sailing over the punter's head. Travis Dort is the place kicker, and the punter is Scott Kurtz. And Kurtz, that chance, couldn't handle it. It was just too high. If it had been Dortch, the place kicker, he's 6'6". He'd have made the catch. So Purdue makes another mistake. We've got a timeout in the first quarter at the Rose Bowl with the Huskies leading 7-0.
Introducing the new 200-horsepower Chrysler Seabrings. Sedan, convertible, and coupe. They beg to be driven.
This time of year's tough on the guys, so motivation's key. Come on, Bowman, move it. Let's go. go. Sometimes you need to push them. Let's go, buddy. Pump those legs.
This is the big one. The best time to buy sale at Sears. Get 0% financing with no interest and no payments until 2002 on all home appliances over $399. Take this Kenmore side-by-side refrigerator and get free delivery. Sale in soon, so you better
Move it. I got places to go.
Sears, proud sponsor of the BCS and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy.
To everyone, everywhere, celebrating the future. Happy New Year from Accenture.
The Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2001 Rose Bowl game. AT&T, boundless. Chrysler, we're reinventing the passion for driving. Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, move your money, get well connected. And Sears and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy.
Huge mistake by the Boilermakers.
Keith, you were asking me if it's the heat, if it's sweat. It's not. You can see he's got a good grip on the ball. That's the adrenaline flow he's got right now. He's too pumped up. Right now, Purdue has to settle down. They're making mistakes like this. All that is nerves, adrenaline, too much strength. It had nothing to do with sweat. You can see the grip he had on the ball, but they've got to settle down.
Well, they put the Washington Huskies in position to make their mountain a little higher, I'll tell you, because at the 25-yard line, first down, and Drew Brees on the sidelines and on the phone.
There's the big guy, Stevens.
He drops straight back. He's coming. Gets it away. And it is incomplete. He threw it away. Once you get outside the tackle in college football, you can throw the ball in the seats if you want to.
You know, that's a good point. You look at both of these guys, Keith, and you and I talked about this at great length this whole week. Brees and Tuiasosopo are probably two of the most cerebral quarterbacks you'll ever find. They study the game, they're students of the game, they know the rules, and they utilize the rules. That's certainly one they both know. They will not take sacks if they can help it.
Second down and 10 from the Boilermaker 25-yard line. Nobody behind him. Up the middle he goes. He's a big guy down to the 5-yard line, first and goal. He puts Stuart Swigert, the safety, on his back. And he's got a first and goal at the 5.
Every guy on that offensive line outweighs the Purdue defensive line by 40 pounds. Now watch the push off this line of scrimmage as soon as the ball is snapped. There's the trap, there's the play. It's a counter, actually. He cuts out behind the guard and makes a great play out of it. It's a very nice job up front by the 300-pound Fraze and the 335-pound Ward to open that hole.
Tuiasosopo keeps it. Touchdown. He's warming up. That's his shoe that he's carrying as he goes to the bench looking for some change. Now here's John Anderson trying to make it 14-0. And 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. The Washington Huskies lead Purdue by a score of 14-0.
trained all year for this. I have some strange training methods, but they work for me.
It's the best time to buy sale at Sears. We're #1 in treadmills, and right now, they're all on sale. Sears, proud sponsor of the BCS and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy.
The all-new, responsive Chrysler Sebring Performance Sedan. Proof that it's not the destination, it's the drive. Now lease the Chrysler Sebring LX Sedan for $259 a month.
I've trained all year for this. I have some strange training methods, but they work for me.
It's the best time to buy sale at Sears. We're #1 in treadmills, and right now, they're all on sale. Sears, proud sponsor of the BCS and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy.
This is the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T.
The 87th playing of the Rose Bowl game in Pasadena. John Anderson kicking off now for Washington Huskies. Purdue has Vinnie Sutherland and Chris Clopton as the deep people, 14 and 23 respectively. That's Clopton right there. And here's Mr. Anderson. He's going to drop this one a yard short of the end zone to Clopton. Pass, Burner. Penalty flag. Clopton tackled at about the 35-36-yard line, but the flag was thrown back around the 20. And I do believe it came from the referee, Mr. Jones. Purdue's one mistake after another so far. That's a holding call against the Boilermakers.
Keith, let's take another look at the touchdown because Washington is breaking tendencies. Down tight like this goal line, they give it to the fullback 9 times out of 10. But here's your fake, and everybody knows the tendencies, so they're going after Conniff. Look at the fake now, and look at the read by Tuiasosopo. Again, he reads the body lean of the defensive players. He cuts it up. Great touchdown, loses his shoe in the end zone. But Tuiasosopo, again, making terrific decisions.
And the holding call against the Boilermakers put them back on their own 10-yard line. Turnover a while ago, and it cost them dearly with that high snap. Gave the Huskies the opportunity, and they took advantage of it. This is Montrell Lowe trying to find some room, and he comes out to about the 15-yard line.
Keith, take a look at the Dell Game Solutions for Purdue. They, too, want to move the chains and melt the clock and keep it away from Tuiasosopo, but they've run 12 plays, and 5 of those have been for negative yardage. Keep Triplett off Brees. They're going to try to double-team him. We've already seen Triplett moving over to get over Allen because he thinks he can beat him. They have to double-team him and keep him off. They also ran that blitz with Double D Daniels, and he got a sack.
Well, Purdue's offense they've run at what I guess you'd call 4 levels. The phraseology they put on it. Ball is pitched back to Lowe. They're looking to run the ball a little bit, and they can run the ball. I told you that this offensive line is not just a bunch of pass blockers. They'll get out there and swap paint with you. And they did it just there as they put the ball up to the 30-yard line.
And they set up the run with the pass. Brees came out firing today, not very effectively, but now they've loosened it up. They've taken some of the defenders out of the box, and so now they're going to let Lowe do it. He's a hard guy to get a hold of because he's only 5'7½". He ran for 200 yards against Indiana. He's got tremendous speed, low center of gravity, very tough to tackle.
They pulled their big old Brandon Doran back there, 304-pound tackle, and he got out in front of the lead block. Opened the door for him. Here comes Lowe again. And he's got good yardage on that play. Picked up about 8 on that carry. Hakeem Akbar making the tackle. Today's aerial coverage being provided by AT&T at the Rose Bowl.
You know, when you have a little guy like Lowe, Keith, I call him a hide-and-seek runner because he hides behind those big guys on that offensive line and seeks his hole before the defenders can locate him. He's so short, they can't find him.
A.T. Simpson comes into the ball game. He's caught 1 ball today, 2nd down and long 2. Lowe, it's his series, and he's hit right at the marker by Akbar. Akbar just nailed him, and he's got a penalty flag.
And it's going to be holding against Purdue again. So the Boilermakers will hurt themselves once they had second and short. Every time they get in a decent situation, they hurt themselves.
Yep. Akbar Hakim was the roommate of Curtis Williams, the free safety of the Huskies, who suffered the crippling injury in the Stanford ball game. But he is watching. He is here at the Rose Bowl, and he is watching the game. And he's just thrilled to be here, and his teammates are even more thrilled to have him here. And I think you can expect to see Mr. Akbar have a pretty good day. Spotted the foul penalty. 2-yard gain, 10-yard penalty, second down and 10 coming up.
People looking at the score and watching what's taking place here in the first quarter will say, hey, you know, Washington might blow them out. I don't think that's going to happen. I think from everything that's happened so far, I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, and Purdue's going to be in it, really in it, by the fourth quarter.
Well, they almost got him. Now that's the second time they've sacked him. Anthony Kelly and Jamon Willis were the two men who did it. And they take him down back on the 24-yard line.
Keith, we've seen a lot of different blitzes out of Washington already. They've had the zone blitz. Watch him come from this side now. And this is coming hard. They've got what it looks like man coverage outside. Here's the play fake. They come from the outside. They've got him located. And here's a guy that was sacked only 7 times all year. Washington had 33 sacks on the season. We showed you that earlier. They've got 2 already in the first quarter.
That's 473 snaps. Incredible. Pressure's still coming, and he gets it away this time down the middle. The pass is caught by John Standiford. Greg Carruthers made the tackle, and there's the quality of Drew Brees right there. That would be the 4th level, I believe, of their offense. He looked 1, he looked 2, he looked 3, and then hit 4.
Take a look at this. This is a freshman who's going to do this. You've got 2 receivers out here. He's reading them both, but he's looking right now for the post. He sees they're in a 2-deep, 5-under zone. Now they let him go. See that? They release him into the open area, and that's where Drew Brees finds him before he gets to the safety. Well thrown, well educated.
First down, 46-yard line, 30-yard kickoff on the play. Ball is handed off to Lowe again, and Montrell Lowe will go for 4 yards on the carry. ABC Sports is the home of the Bowl Championship Series. On Wednesday night, the undefeated Oklahoma Sooners and Florida State will get together for a little head knocking. The game will be for the national championship in the FedEx Orange Bowl, January 3rd, live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. Shadows now have reached the sideline where Purdue is located, and will soon be going out onto the field. It's going to start cooling off. The ball is handed off again to Montrell Lowe. And Lowe, who's having a pretty good day, will go down to about the 43-yard line.
Purdue's offensive line now starting to pound. If they can get that big offensive line going, Purdue will jump back in this game in a hurry.
Time running out on the first quarter of play. The final 4 seconds ticking away, and at the end of 1, it's 14-0 Washington. ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T, returns after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Cold winds begin to blow and storm clouds start to grow. Don't let
With its legendary 4-wheel drive capability,
drive you to despair. Just make an angel.
Jeep Grand Cherokee can go where no ordinary 4x4 can. This is the season to visit your local Jeep dealer.
To everyone, everywhere, celebrating the future. Happy New Year from Accenture.
Give me a G. Give me an O. Give me a T. No, wait, clear that. Give me a space. Now Give me a T. Give me an E. Give me an A. Give me an M. Give me an exclamation point. Now send.
The new Nokia 5100 series with mobile messaging and college covers. Nokia, connecting people.
Time goes slow, life goes fast, and as you watch the moment pass, suddenly when you're old enough to see, it's a union of people, you and me, you and Pharaoh, all your place should be.
Who will win the RTV6 Leadership Award this week? Find out Friday on 6 News.
You're watching ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T.
2000 indicated number 2. 16 right, clear touch and go. Report him.
One of the prettiest airplanes ever built. The Mustang. Oh, giving my thumbs to flying one of those.
Partner, I have to tell you, there are so many planes in the area over this stadium. I don't know how they're controlling them all.
Well, you got congestion on the ground to the point of gridlock. Now we got it in the sky with commercial banners.
Unbelievable.
Purdue has been held scoreless in only 6 of 44 quarters this season. The Washington Huskies just did it. 14-0 as we go to the second quarter of play. Low, who slashes over the left side, picks up the first down for the Purdue Boilermakers, and they'll put the ball at the Washington 33-yard line.
You know, coming into this game, every time Drew Brees would scramble in his last 6 outings, he got 4 yards or more. They're containing him pretty well here, so it's a good change to go to low. Now look at this huddle by Washington. They are substituting on the field to the sidelines and not from the sidelines to the field. This time they only had 11 guys, but they've been putting 14, 15 guys in there and then running them off the field.
They'll change that rule, I bet you. On first down, the Boilermakers, Brees back, pumps once, looks left, goes right, ball's in the air, and out of bounds, incomplete. And a penalty flag. The flag is thrown over there where the defender was working against the would-be receiver.
But Keith, I say again, I'm not sure that ball was catchable. But again, they rule it was.
Yeah, they've called a penalty against the Huskies on the holding call. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Take a look at the Nokia player comparison, and obviously Tuiasa Sopo has a brilliant first quarter and just got 2 scores on the board. Brees still trying to find his way a little bit. You look at what he's doing, completion and attempts, it looks pretty good, but he's been knocked down 4 times, and you see the rush yards, Brees, 84 of them.
Well, that got Rick's attention. Ball's about 4 feet over his head. There's the pitch back to Lowe. He's having a big one. That's his 10th carry. Ball comes out.
It was out of bounds before Washington recovered it. As a matter of fact, I think that Purdue's going to pick up an extra yard by the flip of the ball.
Akbar is the man who hit him. The ball is fumbled forward, out of bounds. Daniels covered it, but he was out of bounds. That's 10 carries now for Lowe, and he's over 50 yards.
Here's the ruling, and they're exactly right. You cannot fumble this ball forward and gain yardage, and you'll see as soon as it comes out of his hand, boom. All right, now right there where he's down is where that ball is going to be marked. Spot of the fumble. Where that ball came out of his hands, spot of the fumble is where that ball is marked now.
13-yard line, and second down and 5. Hands the ball to Lowe, and Lowe gets hit by Larry Triplett. And Triplett doesn't wrap him and hold him down, but he's going to lose a yard or so on the play because Larry Triplett is a big, strong man, 6'1", 295 pounds.
He was completely parallel with the ground, but he was on top of Triplett and never hit the ground. Watch this. He's got tremendously quick feet. Right here, it looks like he's down. Triplett goes down. He's on top of those guys, now gets his feet back. So he was never down. His feet go so fast, it's like he's tap dancing on a light bulb.
Third down and 6. They go back to the shotgun. throws underneath. Ball is caught by Standiford, and Standiford will get taken out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
But he'll pick up the first down, Keith, so it'll be first and goal now for Purdue. They're starting to move. They're more in rhythm, more in sync, getting more confidence. Standiford, just a true freshman. How about this? He's a terrific basketball player, but this time last year, he's playing in high school in small crowds. Here he is now in the Rose Bowl in front of all these people and millions at home.
He hasn't even seen him yet. He's having enough trouble swallowing and catching the football.
Right.
Pretty good player, though.
He sure is. Yeah. This is fun.
He got that big old tackle now as the lead blocker. Number 77 did a good job, too. He took his man down. Brandon Gorin decked one of the Huskies and opened the way for the running back Lowe.
You know, he thought once he got free and he found the hole, he thought he was in. But I want you to watch the hit that Akbar puts on him. He's coming out of a safety spot. He has him eyed, inside out. Tuck his tail, bam, and then put him on his back, knocked him sideways instead of forward. Here's the hit again by Akbar. That is one heck of a lick. He's an all Pac-10 safety.
Purdue backed up 5 yards on the penalty.
Here's the problem, though, Keith. With that hit, Akbar goes out now, and he's shaking up a little bit.
That's an illegal formation, and that came up in conversation between Rick Neuheisel and the referees before John Childers before the ball game. Owen Biddle comes in now, number 43, at the safety position, replacing Akbar. And Brees turns. And Montrell Lowe runs right into Biddle, who had just come into the ball game, the sophomore out of Bellevue, and Biddle makes the tackle.
Montrell Lowe has to be careful with the football. We saw him lose it once. That time he was carrying it very dangerously low. He's got to tuck that thing away, put his fingers around the end of the ball, put it up against his body, and hold on to it. Now watch when he spins. Watch this ball way down here right now, and almost did lose it.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's got it again. Is out there, almost taken away again, but he got away with it. And they've stopped him just short of the 5-yard line.
So it'll bring up 3rd and goal, Keith. They've got to get out and use the width of the field here. They've got to get on the corner, give Drew Brees the option of passing or running, and stretch the defense a little bit.
Well, they send some wideouts onto the field now.
I'd go with the big guy, Tim Stratton, but they at least have to get on the corner and use the width of the field.
See where Stratton is. Well, he's lined up on the right side. He's flexed out about 3 yards.
15th play of this drive.
Coming back to the line of scrimmage now. Stratton's knuckles down right alongside of Goring. He's not going out. He's blocking. The ball thrown to the end zone. Touchdown, Vinny Sutherland.
Boy, give Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator, and Joe Tiller a lot of credit. Things were getting tight in there. They kept running low. Washington closed down on them. So they come out, they spread the field sideline to sideline, create space. They created air so they could get a pass in, and Sutherland found the open crease.
The extra point try now from Travis Dorsch, who I believe is the tallest place kicker in the country at 6'6". And the kick is good. And the Boilermakers on the board. As we get started here in the second quarter of play, it's now 14-7 as they go 90 yards in 15 plays.
Policeman, fireman, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off of the paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. This spot's for you. And you and you and you. This spot's for
you. AT&T's broadband technology is revolutionizing telecommuting. It's up to 50 times faster than your standard modem, so you can download a 100-page multimedia presentation while you upload your socks.
71 episodes, no millionaire. So we're going to keep raising the stakes until somebody wins it all. Mega Millionaire. It all starts Thursday night, 8 Central on ABC.
There's your scoring drive. The man that caught it, Vinny Sutherland, the 5 yards, and Drew Brees threw a bullet. Now time for the Aflac trivia question. Today's question, who kicked the winning extra point for Purdue in the 1967 Rose Bowl? I know.
The last time they were here, huh?
Only other time.
Right.
I got a message from him this morning.
I know
it went simply like this. Hail Purdue, hail Purdue, hail Purdue.
Keith, I don't know if you could hear anything that was going on that sideline down there, but they are yelling at the offense, Purdue is, to get out of the huddle and up to the line quickly. They aren't giving Drew Brees enough time to audibilize to check in and out of things.
All right, Travis Dortch will kick off. He's from Bozeman, Montana. Well, Joe Tiller, the coach, played over at Montana State in Bozeman. So there must have been some relationship there to get Dortch from Bozeman over to West Lafayette.
I think Greg Carruthers is from Montana.
He's from Helena,
yeah. Montana, where the cattle outnumber the humans 3-1.
High, deep kick. Well, that's a good leg. Way back and gone. .26 to go in the first half of play. The Washington Huskies leading Purdue by a score of 14-7.
Didn't think I knew all about that cattle stuff.
There are pockets of pollution, though.
Oh, stop it.
All right, we've got a timeout at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And now the shadows start to reach onto the playing surface.
AT&T's broadband technology can expand your company's growth potential with virtual private networks, secure, scalable, high-speed telecommunication systems that can take any shape you like. Hey, to each his own.
Boy, I sure miss playing.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, guys, you can still get to the Super Bowl.
How?
Just collect game cards and specially marked bags of Frito-Lay snacks. You match a play on the card with a play in the Super Bowl, and you can win one of millions of prizes, like Super Bowl tickets for life.
The AFC just kicked a field goal. All right, I want a hat.
Hey, I want Super Bowl tickets for life.
The hats are good. Don't forget to watch my pay-per-view improv special on Super Bowl weekend.
Ford Outfitters and ABC Sports bring you the Escape to the BCS winning key feature for the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T. It's power. Stay by the phone. If you're called and you correctly identify the key feature just shown, you'll win a new 2001 Ford Escape. There's still time to enter at bcsfootball.com or call 1-866-2-ESCAPE for your chance to score during another BCS game. Escape to the BCS, only on ABC Sports.
It's Brittany. The halftime show is nothing like the show you'll see next Monday when LL Cool J and I host the American Music Awards on ABC. So we'll see you there about 8/7 Central. Cool. Thank you, guys.
What's a Boilermaker? What's a Boilermaker? Boilermaker is whatever you want him to be, as long as he goes to school at Purdue.
Jay Leno says you got to love a school where the mascot is a party drink.
They've had a good time out here. Louis Asasopo, a little drop-off here. Pass to Willie Hurst. Willie Hurst just gets smothered, and the Boilers pick up the ball and run away with it, but it's going to be called down. It's Gilbert Gardner, who is a freshman from Angleton, Texas, who made the tackle.
He came to Purdue as a receiver. Never played linebacker before this year. Actually was recruited as a wide receiver. But look what he does here. He comes up fast, closes, inside out, doesn't give him anywhere to go, and makes a good, solid tackle.
And he's happy about it.
Well, and you can see and feel the momentum of the game changing a little bit as Purdue now has settled down, and now they're starting to play football.
And it's second down for the Huskies, and ball's back around the 14-yard line. Ball is thrown off the hands. That's the kind of a ball that is picked off. It was thrown for Todd Elstrom, and Elstrom could not get up and pull it down. Thrown hard and high, and turned into a tip. And you hold your breath on those.
Sure do. My daddy used to say, if it hits your hands, you better catch it. And I know that prior to the game, Rick Neuheisel was upset with all of his receivers because they weren't catching the ball. Woodyard had given him space to make the catch. It was high and hard. They got to go up and get those.
It's third down and officially a 15, though it's a little more than that. Crowd in that end zone, those are mostly Purdue folks, and they're trying to help their team. And Tuiasosopo back gets the pass away down the middle. It is to the tight end, Jeremy Stevens, and it's a first down up at the 36-yard line. Oh, he is a big target and a prime weapon. 21-yard pickup.
Anytime they flex you out like that and they spread the field, the inside receiver is the most dangerous. We told you about Stevens and his height. Now, here he is in here, and he's just going to come down the middle of that Purdue defense. He's got the most field to work with. Here he comes down the middle. Actually circled the wrong guy, but he was the inside guy of the three receivers, flexed from his tight end spot and found that middle seam.
He left the ball game right after that catch, and he was dragging a leg a little bit, but he was by himself. And here's the penalty flag. The ball is handed off to Willie Hurst. Flag is thrown to the linesman across the way, and Willie's out just over the 40 to the 41.
How could I circle the wrong guy? He's 6'7". Can't miss him. I'm the only guy in the stadium that missed him.
Offsides, Purdue.
I got so excited because I knew he was going to be the guy.
You've been out here in Pasadena too long. I'll send you back there where it's cold and the life is harsh.
I got to get you back there with me.
By the defense, 5-yard previous spot. Repeat first down.
That is the 8th penalty, Tim, on Purdue. The 56 yards. That's hurting yourself.
It really is. And again, we said earlier, emotion gets in the way of concentration. They've got to be smarter. You don't mind aggressive, over-aggressive penalties occasionally. But when you're just making stupid mistakes, coaches will just go crazy.
First and 5 for the Huskies. Ball handed to Hurst. Well, they jump all over Willis. Let's spend a moment with Todd Harris on the field.
Well, Keith, Jeremy Stevens is coming back in. It looked like he had a helmet to the thigh, pointed to the train. They just did a quick massage on it. One other note, Aiken Adele on the Purdue side is yelling at his defensive players to watch the eyes of Marcus Tuiasosopo. He thinks if you watch Marcus's eyes, he will give away which way he's going to run on a run. But we've seen that all year, and the Pac-10, not many people have been successful in doing that. Keith?
What's the temperature down there now, Todd? It's cooled off?
Yeah, it's balmy 82. I think at game time it was closer to 90, but the folks in Purdue now enjoying the weather more typical of what they have. I know in West Lafayette it's 20 degrees right now.
Yeah, it was a high of 20-21 today. And 50 in Seattle today. Here's Tuiasosopo pitching it wide. It won't work, folks. They were looking for it, and they found it. Landon Johnson was in the right place at the right time. He's another Texan.
Aiken Adele might be onto something, and Marcus is tipping things off. Adele is a smart player, 19 sacks in 2 years, so he knows how to read a quarterback's eyes.
So they have squandered that first and 5 circumstance as they go back to third down and 10.
Purdue is undersized up front. Substitutions are key. They've got to rotate them in that heat that you just talked about with Todd. But at the same time, they've got to use that quickness that they have, that advantage in quickness, to their advantage.
Well, Hurst catches, but it's well short of the first down marker. He's taken down at about the 42-yard line. Landon Johnson again in on the play. Another freshman. There were 5 freshmen on that Purdue defensive lineup.
For this defense to be successful, everybody has to get into the mix here. They've got to pursue the football. You've got to get 11 hats around the football. And right now you're seeing Purdue really starting to get after things a little bit more.
This is the first punt for the Huskies today. Ryan Fleming, a senior out of Seattle, good punter coming out. He should hit the ball around the 31-yard line with Vinnie Sullivan waiting for Purdue. Sutherland standing back at his 13.
He's a good punter.
Sutherland calls fair catch at the 19-yard line. And there Purdue will have it. First down, a 14-7 ball game. And right now it appears that Mo might be wearing white.
going to get injured and miss work. That's why I have that supplemental insurance.
What's supplemental insurance?
Aflac.
It's one that pays you cash for things like lost pay and other expenses. What one?
Aflac.
Just ask about it at work, right? What did you say it was?
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Here we are in New York City. There are people as far as the eye can see, and soon a new year will begin. Happy New Year 2001 is absolutely amazing. Could there be anywhere more exciting in the world? It's just astonishing.
To everyone, everywhere, celebrating the future. Happy New Year from Accenture.
The Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2001 Rose Bowl game. AT&T, boundless. Ford Outfitters, no boundaries. Accenture, Happy New Year to everyone everywhere celebrating the future from Accenture. And Daytech Online, the online broker that's built to trade.
$7:29 to play in the first half of the 87th Rose Bowl game presented by AT&T here on ABC Sports. The Purdue Boilermakers coming out now. Last time they had the football, they put it in the end zone. Brees to Sutherland. They will start this possession from their own 19-yard line. This is Montrell Lowe, and he spins away for 4 yards. Fiesta Bowl, Tostitos Fiesta Bowl tonight over in Tempe. Next on ABC, home of the Bowl Championship Series, it's Oregon State and Notre Dame. The quarterbacks, Matt LaVecchio, freshman for Notre Dame. For Oregon State, Jonathan Smith. Second down and 6. Huskies almost got in that neutral zone. They may have. Montrell Lowe breaks the play and gets it out across the 30 for the first down. And it may well be it's an offside against Washington. They'll take the play.
Pretty interesting watching Drew Brees that time. He moves Stratton, his tight end, up on the line, making the strength of formation the right side. Everybody shifted that way. He ran the backside.
Defense, that penalty is declined. First down.
What's he doing? Changing his hard count? Or
well, first thing he did was change the formation. He brought his tight end up to the line of scrimmage, right? He's got him set now. He gives him the hard count. They were working at this all week in practice because they thought Washington was so aggressive they could get him 2 or 3 times during the game. They just got him once.
Oh, man. You don't tell me they're not doing some hitting. Lowe's helmet comes flying off as Greg Carruthers laid a lick on him. They're getting serious now.
They are. You know, last year everybody talked about the Pac-10 being the poorest tackling conference and not being aggressive. Well, look at this. Tuck your tail, sky your eyes, drive right through his chin, and it knocked his helmet off. Carruthers is just a young guy, too, a freshman.
Jerry Claiborne teach you that?
Oh, that is a picture-perfect form tackle by Greg Carruthers, the freshman.
Second down and short 6. Huskies were offside. They were in the neutral zone. They got a flag. The guy on this side was penetrated. The flag came from across the way. Cedric Brown gets his first carry of the ball game. He's a 236-pound sophomore from Flower, Texas.
You know, Keith, you're talking about Jerry Claiborne teaching that tackling. Carruthers is a coach's kid. He's fundamentally sound.
Offside, defense, 5 yards, previous spot, first down.
There's a look at Carruthers, the young freshman, 6'2", 190-pounder. This time last year, he was playing high school ball.
Second down, they need a yard. They run for it with the big guy rumbling. And Brown will go down to the 41-yard line for a Purdue first down. So the Boilermakers are moving the chains. There's your Aflac trivia question we asked you a while ago. Who kicked the winning extra point for Purdue in the 1967 Rose Bowl? Well, USC, the opposition, went for 2. George Katavalis intercepted the ball to stop the 2-point conversion try. Bob Greasy, the quarterback, kicked the extra point. Now, I want to tell you something as we come back to the field of play, and the Huskies handled the running try. You saw Grease walk up there and smack that thing, and Head came right up with it. Well, he took that same move right to the first tee.
Let me tell you something. Greasy was playing back when that was film. That stuff was bouncing around. I was surprised they had face masks.
Happy New Year, Grease.
He's a good man.
Ball is on the 47-yard line, where it is second down. Still 10, about 10 and a half for Purdue, and they go to the shotgun with double wide. They've actually got 3 wide receivers up at the top of the screen. And put a 4th in motion. And Brees getting pressure. Dumps it off underneath. And he short-hopped it, didn't he?
That was well defended. You know, you're talking about Bob Greasy. Of course, when Bob was at Purdue, he set a lot of the records. But look how times have changed. Look how the passing game has come into football. I mean, just look at the yards. And, I mean, look at all the school records and listen to the music. That's your kind of stuff, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
That's taking you back in time. That was Bob Greasy's music. That was the #1 song that year, wasn't it?
Winchester Cathedral was a big hit that year, and so was Michelle. Third down and 9. Brees getting some pressure, passes away, short hop that one, and avoided the sack. Rock Alexander, who has been in the ball game playing in the nickel package, and Rock making his presence known.
Just when it looked like Purdue was starting to gain some momentum here, the defense asserted itself. A couple of good hits by Carruthers and Akbar, and Triplett got in the act that time, and they stopped them.
Scott Kurz now, the punter, is into the ball game. Courier Butler is waiting for it.
This is the field position. You have to, if you're on defense, you have to watch for a fake.
Tim Stratton, the tight end, does the snapping. He's trying to hit it up the elevator shaft, and he's got it up there, and a fair catch is called, and now they throw the flag. They have to throw the flag. I mean, it has to. It's automatic, isn't it?
Well, there was contact, sure.
Yes, contact.
Anytime there's contact like that on a fair catch, you've got to throw a flag.
Stratton, the man that snapped the ball.
Non-contact, kick-catching interference by the kicking team. 5 yards from the spot. First down.
There was contact made.
Hey, Jack.
But you know what? Even if that guy's coming forward, that receiver's coming forward to make that catch, you've got to give him the leeway. You've got to give him all the space to make that catch.
Well, Tim tried to avoid him, and his momentum just carried him right into it. So that's the end of that, too.
Looking for a better way to track your shipments through the supply chain? This is a job for FedEx.
You're blinking.
Faster, more reliable, more profitable. With Nortel Networks, the internet can be whatever you need it to be. No matter who you are or where you are. So tell us, what do you want the internet to be?
Right now, over me.
In my house, I have a stair climber. In my house,
I have a stationary bike. In my house, I have
a treadmill.
In my house, a rowing machine.
And they're all collecting dust.
Get out there and explore from your Ford Outfitter. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters, no boundaries.
You're watching ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T.
Drew Brees walking around, not happy with the circumstance. He's a gamer. He does not like to trail. They trailed in that great month of October twice by 28-10 and came back to win both the games, one of them against Michigan.
Watch Tuiasosopo now work the rest of this clock in this half.
From the 21-yard line, first down, we'll hand the ball off to Willie Hurst. And Willie pops across the 25 to the 26, and we'll pop down to Todd.
Well, Keith, Marcus Tuiasosopo has a lot of the, as we should say, big uglies protecting him. One of them, Chad Ward, could be a world's strongest man candidate. He set a school record for a 733-pound squat, power clean 430, and a bench press of 500, just over my best. He has a vertical leap of 31 inches, and he is impressive. And these guys average 314 pounds in the front line, so the Royal Prince is in good shape.
I'll tell you what, that big old Elliott Silvers on the other side at 320 pounds may be more agile, actually, than Chad is. But Chad straight ahead is a powerhouse. That was Pat Reddick making that catch.
Again, a high percentage pass, using the clock, moving the chains, got down, brings up third down and short, and gives them several things they can do here on third and short. You can open up the playbook.
There's the comparison of the Washington offensive line against the Purdue defensive line. But so far, I don't really feel it's made all that much difference.
No, it hasn't.
Boilermakers have held their own very well. Third and short, Tui carries, and he looks like he will have it. Because the ACC officials do not look like they're doing that one step, left foot, right foot stuff.
No, and that's a good call, too. Anytime you have short yardage, whether it's on the goal line or the middle of the field, I've never agreed with taking a quarterback away from the mark that you have to get to hand off. Just let him go forward and get it. Just find the little gap right there.
Ball is precisely on the 32-yard hash mark now, where it's first down for the Huskies. You've got Calif and Hurst and two-back set now for Washington with three wideouts. And Tuiasosopo comes off the snap, changes the play, rolls it out. Nobody to throw it to, and it will go out of bounds.
You know, that's a mental mistake, Keith. He should have thrown it away. He was outside the 5 yards. Nobody was open. He should have thrown it away and not lose yardage.
Tomorrow night, the Bowl Championship Series goes down the road to New Orleans as the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida Gators will get after each other in the Nokia Sugar Bowl, live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, home of the Bowl Championship Series. Get complete analysis of all the BCS games, including announcer bowl predictions at ESPN.com, keyword BCS.
Very rare to see Marcus make a mistake like that.
It's second down and 16. That's a good play by number 53, Sean Phillips, who batted the pass away. That is not a good series for Marcus Tuiasosopo.
No, it definitely is not. And Phillips is one of those quick guys. He's a young guy, redshirt freshman. They say he could be one of the best they've ever had. Now watch this. He's 6'3". He's got a wingspan of about 8 feet. He gets up when he leaps. That's hard to throw over.
What he might be doing here, if he's not careful with 2 minutes to play, he might be giving Purdue not only good field position, but also momentum.
Well, give Purdue a lot of credit for what they're doing, but this is where Marcus usually shines. He melts that clock and moves the chains.
He's got to do it on 3rd and 16. They got a piece of him, and they take him down. It is Stuart Schweigert. He ran over Schweigert, and when he scored his touchdown, but this time Schweigert won the skirmish and took him down. And so the Boilermakers will call a timeout now to possess the ball, forcing Washington into a punt. And the Boilermakers ought to come off this with pretty good field position. The score is 14-7 with 1:52 to go in the first half.
It's not what you do for a living, it's what you live to do. Ford Outfitters, no boundaries.
Wiring the school for the internet is a big job.
You might get some floor damage with the backhoe.
The dumpsters are green. They're nice, like nature. Hello?
There's a hard way to bring the internet to your school and an easy way, the wireless way with the Dell True Mobile Wireless Computer Lab. It stores up to 35 notebook computers that are wireless internet ready, turning every classroom into an interactive technology center.
Can you pay cash?
Wireless internet, made easy with Dell.
Dell Latitude notebooks use Intel Pentium 3 processors.
All right, now the heat's on Ryan Fleming to get the ball away and get a lot of air under it and keep Donald Winston as far away from getting the ball in stride to give Purdue field position. So let's see whether or not Fleming can do all that. The Washington punter is standing just inside his 10-yard line. Snap is good, and the kick is away, and it's not as high as he probably wanted, but a fair catch is called, and there's no flag. Purdue folks are hooting for a flag up around the 41-yard line as Rock Alexander bumped into it. Let's spend a moment now with John and Terry.
Well, Keith, coming up on the National Cardinal halftime report, 4 games already in the books today. And Terry, in a couple of days, your dad will play for the national championship. But the week has not started out very well for the Bowdens. Your brother Tommy was a loser today.
Yeah, he was. You know, he played Michael Vick in Virginia Tech. You know, Michael Vick said he may come out after this game. Tommy's wishing he'd have come out last year.
You, by the way, for the 2nd consecutive year, undefeated.
I'm
Keith,
there.
back to you.
All right, John, you call the corner? On first down from the 42, the ball is thrown to Vinny Sutherland on the sidelines, and just that quickly, you're across the 50 and down to the Washington 47 for a first down.
Purdue or Washington rather, got a big break on the punt. There should have been interference call because Rock Alexander came down and actually touched the receiver, hit the receiver, tried to tackle the receiver after he called fair catch. Now Brees comes out with 2 timeouts, great field position. Purdue's in terrific shape here.
Ball at the 48-yard line for the first down snap. Staying in the shotgun where he has more time and more vision and throws, and the receiver falls down. Vinny Sutherland lost his footing and goes down, incomplete forward pass. Short hopped it. It's very hard. When you run across that rose out there in the middle of the field, it's like running across a sheet of ice. What was it? You tell your story.
Well,
it's a
here's the
wonderful
deal.
story.
Here's the deal. You know that they had helicopters out here today trying to dry the paint on this field because the weather's been so good. The grass is growing through the paint and had to repaint it. Bad part is I sat here for 20 minutes today watching the paint dry.
I'm going to get you by you some books or something. Ball is thrown short underneath, completed to A.T. Simpson, and Simpson is wrestled down at about the 43-yard line. At least some crayons.
They had to keep painting the field because they had to cut it because the grass was growing.
That's funny.
That helicopter driver was good, though. He was going up and down this football field.
We haven't had the rain around here in 3 months. Here it comes. Bang, that slant. Seth Morales got position in front of Von Tour and ate him up. And it's first down Purdue at the Washington 27-yard line. You cannot defend that play if you give that man that position.
Well, and they're protecting Brees better. And Brees is throwing on time. He's delivering on schedule. And you're right. Anytime you've got a good receiver out there that uses his body for positioning, they're going to complete it.
Brees' pass goes down the pipe. Incomplete and almost intercepted. Intended for John Standiford, and Rock Alexander had a chance to come away with that one.
Told you that this is a wide-open, fun offense. Tiller calls it basketball on grass, and they've got footballs flying all over the place. He loves this offense. It's fun for the kids. Boy, this one's almost picked off, though. Should have been a touchdown, number 1. Standiford lets it go right through his hands, but look at Alexander still fighting the ball and really had a chance to intercept it. He had to locate it and hit him up on the shoulder pad, and he couldn't get his arms up.
Second down and 10 from the 27. 53 seconds to play in the first half. 14-7 ball game. Drew Brees thrown to the end zone. And it's incomplete. Too high, too deep for Vinny Sutherland. He was defended by Chris Massey. Vinny Sutherland is a 5'10", 194-pound senior.
He's listed as 5'10", but I'll guarantee you he's not any more than 5'8 and a half, 5'9". I mean that. He's more like a Wayne Corbett type wide receiver.
Incidentally, you see 2 or 3 of the players, including Sutherland, wearing the pad or the plays on their wrist. I'm told that Drew Brees wears that armband with 100 plays.
Yeah, all numbered. The number. He knows what the number is. They call number 5. He knows it.
Third down and 10. Little play action. And throws to the sidelines to Sutherland for the first down. How good is that kind of stuff, huh? They had him spread out. The Huskies were trying to contain him. Would have preferred probably he run. Instead, Sutherland just hid down there on the sidelines and made the catch.
Well, he can run, but they know he can throw, and he's most dangerous when he throws. He puts that ball above his shoulder pad. You see the linebackers and the DBs break down. Now, all of a sudden, he finds his wide receiver and just puts it out there. He freezes him by bringing that ball up high, finds a receiver, and then locates it and lets that ball fly.
Massey dropped off of Sutherland and left him alone, and then he stopped on the sidelines. It's first down at the Washington 13. To the sidelines again he goes, and it is caught and taken out of bounds, stopping the clock at 37 seconds, and it was Chris James making that reception.
Believe it or not, folks, as much passing as they do at Purdue, it's a high percentage offense. It's dink and dunk stuff. Drew Brees has it down to a rhythm. He throws on time, but they're all short passes for the most part, and very rarely does he go past his first or second read. He comes up, he looks at the defense, and by reading the defense, he knows which receiver will come free.
37 seconds to go in the first half, and the Boilermakers have it at the 9-yard line of Washington's second down. Brees pumps, throws, no. Intended for Sutherland.
Yeah, and that wasn't a good pass, Keith, and Drew knows it. He's hitting his helmet right now because he knows he had a touchdown, and he just overthrew it. You know, earlier Stanford dropped the touchdown, so they're having a tough time getting in the end zone. But watch, he knows this man was open, and he knows he overthrew him. That's just frustration from a great competitor. That's the one his granddaddy, who was a great coach, would be telling him about after the game.
Third down from the 9. Third and 6. He's pointing to the left side.
Had a defensive man free. They had to cover him. And here he comes.
And the pass to the end zone is incomplete. Good coverage for the Huskies that time. Pass intended for A.T. Simpson. Omari Lowe was the man who made the play. And it was Hakeem Akbar that was chasing Drew Brees.
Brees saw him coming, too. He knew they overloaded to that side and outnumbered him. So he saw the uncovered man and went the opposite direction, saying Akbar's going to have to chase me. But that's good coverage and a good overload by Washington.
And this will get Travis Dortch into the ball game for John Shelburn's snap on the field goal try. Holder is Ben Smith. And it is a 26-yard try. Chip shot for Travis. It's good. So we've got 26 seconds remaining in this first half, and Purdue adds 3 more to make it a 14-10 ball game.
Celebrating the future. Happy New Year from Accenture.
Introducing Nokia Mobile Messaging. Nokia, connecting people.
The mole will work with you. The mole will work against you. Who is the mole? The mole will earn your trust. The mole will lie to your face. Who is the mole? The mole will befriend you. The mole will double-cross you. Who is the mole? 10 players, one of them a traitor. Who is the mole? The game begins Tuesday, January 9th on ABC.
Coming to halftime, here's the scoring summer in the ball game. Washington out to a 14-0 lead, but then Purdue has now come back with a touchdown and a 26-yard field goal by Dortch to make it 14-10 and 26 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, but that field goal, Washington dodged the bullet. Standiford dropped a touchdown pass, and Brees overthrew another one.
Derek Johnson is the single man for Washington. Huskies are looking for a return here. Sopo on the sidelines waiting for one more shot at it. This is a good high deep kick by Dortch. He'd be better off to leave it in the end zone. He's coming out. He's got a wedge. And he goes down at the 17-yard line. Will stayed in there. Now time for the AT&T flashback, a memory from the Rose Bowl as there's a penalty flag down. But let's go with a flashback. 1978, the Washington Huskies playing the Michigan Wolverines. A game for Husky quarterback Warren Moon. 2 rushing touchdowns, another passing, and he was named the game's MVP. After 23 seasons in pro football, 6 in the CFL, Warren Moon threw for more than 70,000 yards and had some high times. But one of the best was right here in the Rose Bowl.
Sure could throw a pretty pass, couldn't he?
Holding call against the Washington Huskies. So everything would have been resolved if he'd have just stayed in the end zone and taken the ball out of the 20-yard line.
Good point, and the Huskies better be careful here because Marcus was terrible in the last series and gave Purdue that opportunity to score. They better be careful here with 22 seconds left. Just take a knee. They've got the knee play, the time play, the clock play.
Purdue may very well let him... no, they called the timeout. They called it. I thought they might just let it go and go to the clubhouse. In fact, the Purdue players are going to the clubhouse.
Some of them haven't been paying attention. They don't know the timeout. They're in the tunnel. Yeah, they have gone off the field.
Hey, guys, come back. We got the ball.
Those guys are going to be embarrassed when they get in the tunnel.
Look at that. Joe saying, who called timeout? I thought the best line of the week was from Joe Tiller when he said, or when they first arrived, he said, let them spend all the per diem money the first 2 days, then we'll know where they are. He's probably right. He's been pretty much right about everything so far this year.
They're going to put more time on the clock.
And when are those guys are going to come back?
I think they're too embarrassed to walk back into the stadium. That's like that commercial. You need to get out of town.
He's Joe Tiller's one of the guys that came out of Wyoming. Boy, there were a lot of good coaches came through Laramie. Go back to Bob Devaney for one. Fred Akers, Dennis Erickson.
1 timeout remaining for the white team.
They got one more timeout, but I don't.
I'll tell you, Keith, I don't mind them taking this. I think that's a pretty good move. Who knows? You could get a bad snap. Sure. Anything could happen down here. I mean, it doesn't help you to take those timeouts into the clubhouse.
Just the 5 players that left. It kind of bothers.
Got first dibs on the Gatorade. Marcus stayed on his feet as long as he could.
Well, they called another timeout, and now we have 10 seconds remaining.
And Marcus backed up, though, and he's now inside the 5.
Yep. Well, this has got a little raggedy all of a sudden here, hasn't it?
Well, it's a little cat and mouse. They're playing strategy. They're hoping for a missed snap or something in the some kind of mistake by Washington, but that's their last time out, so this will be the last play of the half.
Here they come back.
Here come these guys at the tunnel.
They're coming back.
What's going on?
Hey, guys, we got the picnic basket open. Come on. Vinny Seltman is one of them.
They're going to try to sneak back. They want to get behind these guys.
Travis Dortch, their place kicker. That's funny.
Now, what would have happened had they recovered a fumble? They called for the field goal team.
Yeah, that's right. That'll do it. They can't stop the clock. There's no timeout remaining, so we're clicking away the final 3 or 4 seconds, and it's done. At halftime, the Washington Huskies of the Pac-10 lead the Purdue Boilermakers of the Big Ten 14-10, and now we go to John and Terry.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. I don't think we're really surprised with how this first half has gone. Perhaps a little lower scoring than we'd expect, but both senior quarterbacks moving their teams.
They are playing well, but I really thought Drew Brees, by not losing his composure when they got down 14 points, stayed calm, kept his team calm. Now, other than a muff punt, they would actually be winning this game. These two teams, they love playing fourth-quarter ball games anyway.
All right, stick around. Coming up, the National Car Rental Halftime Report. We'll get back to Pasadena and Keith Jackson after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Surprisingly, many online brokers use very little online technology. They simply send your order to Wall Street, where it's processed the old way. Daytech Online, however, has created powerful technology that lays waste to the old guard. Is your online broker even trading online? Daytech Online, built to trade.
The play on the field is being reviewed. Upon further review, I need further review. The ruling on the field is that there is no ruling on the field.
Introducing new Ruffles potato chips. Now with bigger, thicker ridges that are even better for dipping. Together with new Ruffles dip and new chip and dip kits, they keep you coming back for more.
On deeper introspection, we have what is possession? Can we truly ever possess anything?
Believe it or not, many online brokers still rely on the technology of yesteryear. Is your online broker even trading online? Daytech Online, built to trade.
To me, this isn't a hobby or even a sport. It's an obsession. So if I can't get out to this exact spot at this exact time of year, I may as well be bowling.
Get out there in expedition from your Ford outfitter. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. Boundaries.
With Daytech Online, most trades are executed in mere seconds. Plus, Daytech pledges to execute your marketable online order within 60 seconds or the commission's waived. Daytech Online, built to trade.
Anyways, you see, every day I gotta deal with perps, skells, mutts, mopes, dopes, humps, DOAs, and a rat squad. You know what I mean?
Blue is back. The season premiere, Tuesday, January 9th on ABC.
I'm Ed Swartzen. Happy holidays from all of us at RTV6.
This is the National Car Rental Halftime Report, brought to you by National Car Rental, where you can go your own way. Now we got a chance here on the floor of the Rose Bowl to enjoy the Purdue All-American Marching Band, directed by Dr. David A. Lepla, and it's the Gold Dusters and some dance music. Oh, yeah.
band, Purdue. Yep, they brought the world's the biggest drum. Of course, folks down in Texas argue that it's not, but then I do know that you have to take a physical before you can run around pulling that thing. They trucked it out here, just like they did the locomotive. They let the drum into the stadium, but they won't let them drive the locomotive into the Rose Bowl. But they've had a hoot and a good time. And now we'll go back to John and Terry.
As a National Car Rental Emerald Club member, you can make one-click internet reservations, which saves time. Take the car of your choice, which saves time. And now when you return your car, National and only National will fill it up at self-serve prices, which saves money and time. You see, if we give you back even 31 minutes, then we've done our job. 31 minutes. How will you spend it? The Emerald Club from National.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
Being part of a team makes a big difference for these girls. Thing is, when the going gets tough, the tough go. When I look in their eyes, I can see how much they look up to me. It's a lonely job. Every one of these girls has a dream. It's my job to help them dream big.
Intimidating at first, a sophomore working with so many PhDs. In the lab, I studied an infectious bacterium that is a major killer of people with HIV. I showed my data to Professor Cangelosi, and we realized I had made a new discovery.
Wow.
If this drug-resistant bacterium can be treated, people with HIV will have a better chance of surviving this infection. It's pretty overwhelming to think that I can have a part in helping millions of people.
Myra Lemieux, nice. Fred Hall, nice. Goalies, naughty. Definitely naughty. This is the National Car Rental Halftime Report. South Beach in Miami, Florida, the site of the FedEx Orange Bowl for the National Championship, and there's the Sears Trophy. This is what everyone started the season with their sights on. Right now, it's down to Oklahoma and Florida State. John Saunders and Terry Bowden. And Terry, everybody knows your father's already won 2 national championships and perhaps a 3rd one on the way. For a guy like Bob Stoops, though, he's in his 30s, he's young, he hasn't been a head coach very long. You never know if you're going to get another shot at this thing.
Yeah, but you know, Bob Stoops is smart. What he doesn't know, he gets from other coaches. And one of his protege, one of the guys that taught him everything is Steve Spurrier. Taught him how to beat Bobby Bowden, also how to win a national championship. So he comes down here, and he's had a lot of advice at what to do. He won't come in here like most rookies would, John.
Yeah, his eyes may be wide open, but they're seeing the entire field right now. Just a great season. Other games played today, the Capital One Florida Citrus Bowl. This is a matchup between Michigan and Auburn. And Drew Henson to Anthony Thomas. The A-Train gives it back, and they find David Terrell. A-Train had a great day doing a lot of things.
All the top guns for Michigan look good. They look good all their offense. But nobody told them about Ben Lears. Ben Lears for Auburn had a great day, almost single-handedly got them the victory.
Gator Bowl, Virginia Tech against your brother Tommy at Clemson, and Michael Vick, 6 yards on the run through the air, everything.
I tell you, they're a good team without him. They're a great team with him. Much too good for Clemson. Clemson has a hard time scoring in the red zone.
Cotton Bowl, Kansas State against Tennessee. Jonathan Beasley, much maligned, but he was terrific today to Quincy Morgan.
Yeah, he goes out as one of their best. This is their 4th straight 11-win season at Kansas State.
It's hard to believe that you could get that done. Coach Snyder should be proud. Out back, South Carolina and Ohio State, Phil Petty to Ryan Brewer, who replaced Derek Watson, who was suspended. Brewer was looked over by Ohio State, didn't recruit him.
I'm telling you, if you're playing Lou Holtz, if he throws somebody or kicks somebody off, look out, because that's his motivating specialty, finding a way to win a game.
By the way, this is the 5th team that Lou Holtz has taken to a bowl game.
The most next is 3. That is unbelievable. He's been unbelievable.
And I tell you, he's from Ohio, and it was big beating the Ohio State Buckeyes, I promise you.
He got Minnesota into a bowl. That would have been
That's
6,
right.
but he didn't coach that game because he was headed to Notre Dame. Right now, we have more festivities from Pasadena. Let's return to Keith Jackson after this.
As a National Car Rental Emerald Club member, you can bypass the counter, which saves time. Take the car of your choice, which saves time. And now when you return your car, National and only National will fill it up at self-serve prices, which saves money and time. You see, if we can give you back even 43 minutes, then we've done our job. 43 minutes. How will you spend it? The Emerald Club from National.
You can go your own way. Go your own way.
He does it because he loves it.
Oh, come on, what are you talking?
Things don't always go quite like he plans, but I am glad they have a coach like him. Sports gives these girls confidence that they can use their whole life.
Here we go. No, the other way, the other way. Go to third, go to third.
To him, it's not just about the game. He really wants to teach these girls how to dream big.
Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Yvette Martinez with AT&T here in Pasadena. We're proud to present the 87th Rose Bowl game. For 70 years, AT&T has had a history of providing communication support for this great event. And today's game promises to be one of the best. So sit back and enjoy the 2001 Rose Bowl, presented to you by the people of AT&T.
ABC Sports All-Star Sunday, coming February 4th.
On the field at the Rose Bowl, the University of Washington Husky Athletic Band, and their football team is leading by a score of 14-10, directed by Dr. J. Bradley McDavid. Let's enjoy the music. University of Washington Marching Band. ABC sports coverage of the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T, will return after this message and a word from our ABC station.
This is the National Car Rental Halftime Report, brought to you by National Car Rental, where you can go your own way.
These 10 players must work together to win up to $1 million. One is working against the others. One is a traitor. Who is the mole? The game begins Tuesday, January 9th on ABC.
People from many different places and many different walks of life share something in common. They put their trust in American Family Insurance, some for as long as 3 generations. It's knowing that there's always a friendly American Family agent nearby, an agent who not only understands their needs, but also is at their side when they've had a loss. American Family, all your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
At Marsh, we're known for freshness and great value. But do you know what we're most proud of? We're proud to be part of what makes this community great. If it's good for families, Marsh is there.
Digital satellite TV offers so many great choices for sports, entertainment, and movies. And now, H.H. Gregg brings you a choice. H.H. Gregg is now the only major retailer to offer both DirecTV and Dish Network satellite systems. Plus, now you can get 2-room Dish Network digital satellite receivers installed free. No equipment to buy, includes free in-home service plan. DirecTV or Dish Network, both only at H.H. Gregg. Welcome to the revolution in choices.
Welcome to the show. Okay, let's pick a number. Number 2, please. Audience, please, take your time. Do you know any numbers besides 10? So where are you from? There is no 17. Show us something special.
Love the show? Then play the new Who's Your Millionaire Doubler game, where you can now win up to $1,000 instantly. It's the newest way to get on the show for a shot at $1 million.
Please, pick a number.
Pettigo Chevrolet is Cavalier Country. No horsing around. Now you can get brand new Chevy Cavaliers at invoice every day. Every day. That'll get you some mighty low payments. 2 doors, 4 doors, or even Z24. It doesn't matter. Take your pick. Choose from over 100 of them. Brand new Cavaliers at invoice. Not for a day, a week, or even a month, but every day. Every day. That's Pettigo Chevy City, 5100 West 38th Street, where the Pettigo people make the difference. No horsing around.
Don't quit on me now. Help. PC on call.
Introducing PC on Call. We come to you.
Customer at 24 Elm needs help.
Roger.
PC on Call's fleet of computer labs on wheels brings you complete computer services and products when you need them, where you need them.
Where is it?
It's in there. It's showing no signs of life.
PC on Call's mobile lab service is available anytime at your home or business.
Saved.
Anytime, ma'am.
PC on Call. We come to you.
I'm Kevin Gregory. Happy holidays from all of us at RTV6.
You're watching ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T.
Pretty spiffy view of downtown Los Angeles. We're 14-10 at halftime with the Washington Huskies leading the Purdue Boilermakers. Huskies jumped out to a 14-0 lead, then got a flat tire. Purdue started catching up.
I think Purdue settled down, Keith. I think that was the key. They had that adrenaline flow early, and they had a lot of penalties early, 9 penalties for the half. And once they settled down, they got the momentum, and they really played well in the second quarter, rather. And I'll tell you what, I expect a high-scoring second half to this ball game, and it'll be close.
Well, both of these teams have been fourth-quarter teams.
Yes, they have, and come from behind to do it.
Yeah.
So I think both these coaches feel very comfortable being in this situation. They just want their kids to play up to their capabilities and then let whatever happens happen.
Well, the Dean Witter, Morgan Stanley, well-connected halftime stats here, the numbers on the ball game to this point.
Well, you see both quarterbacks have pretty good numbers, but you see Montrell Lowe there with 71 yards rushing. What that did is gave Purdue the advantage by 5 minutes in time of possession. Washington, you look at these numbers and you say, well, they scored a touchdown in their first 2 drives, as you mentioned, and they got that little bit of flat tire. But I think more importantly is the fact that Purdue got into the ball game and defensively settled down.
The Huskies will have the ball to start the second half of play, and I've often felt that the first possession of a second half in a close ball game can be a very significant possession. So we'll see what Washington can do here if they've been able to get the wrinkles out of their offense. It sort of went flat there in the closing moments of the first half. Purdue kicking off. Dortch hits it, and it's very high and not too long. Drifting back to the 7-yard line goes Brock Alexander. He didn't get much out of that at all because the ball was up so high they decked him on the 15-yard line.
Take a look at Washington in that first half, and Purdue special teams. Who was here was Stratton. Adrenaline flow, snapped it high, had a bad mistake. Washington just turned it on. Tuiasa Sopo faked the Kana, broke a tendency, and went in and scored. Pretty good first quarter for Washington and a good second quarter for Purdue.
The Huskies come out with Braxton Clement at tailback. They've got Justin Robbins wide to the bottom of your picture. And on the first play, it's an option to the left side. Pitched out there to Clement. It is Rich Alexis. Alexis, the freshman, into the ball game, who's got a very bad shoulder. And he was belted out of bounds, and he landed, I think, on that shoulder that he had hurt. So that one play may be all he gets today because he turned on the steam coming up the sideline.
Tuiasa Sopo on the option makes great decisions. Sees the defensive end, went with the pitch man, so he turns it up. But he knows his pitch man is still there. He locates him right now. Now he finds him, pitches it out. It is a behind the lateral. It's not a forward lateral. And there he goes. Alexis, as you mentioned, was banged up. He's had some problems, was a freshman All-American, but a great pickup and a great read and decision by Tui.
Ball is thrown very quickly to Reddick, and the pass is completed. It's gained about 5 yards for Washington, but back to Alexis. He was shaken up, and he is still shaken up, and we may not see him again today. He went for 50 yards on his first carry. There he is, and he went right down on that separated shoulder problem that he had.
Now, if he doesn't come back, all they have left is Braxton Clement and Willie Hurst. Willie Hurst is banged up.
Yeah, Willie's got a sore shoulder, too. Broken. He had a broken shoulder, broken bone. Second down, call it 6. Pitches outside, goes to Clement. Getting to the corner, getting around the corner is the thing, and he may not have enough quickness to outrun Purdue's pursuers. Joe Odom, number 51 linebacker, over there to get him.
Rick Neuheisel's feeling at halftime was, hey, look, we've got the lead and we've got the ball to start the second half. So let's get back and do what Washington does best. Let's put Tui on the corner. Let's work that a couple of times. We'll set up the pass to Stevens, and then we'll get this thing rolling. So you see his third down situation right here. He's 3 for 3. Here he is again on third down and 5.
He throws, and it's a bad pass. Almost. Sure was. Almost intercepted by Gilbert Gardner. He had a lot of time, but there was a coverage downfield was very good by Purdue, and
he's still elusive. Even in a play like that, Tuiasa Sopo gets back. He'll milk as much time as he possibly can. He feels the pressure in the pocket. He tries to roll the opposite way and avoids one. Then tries to get it to Stevens, what they normally do on third down, but it was not available.
So it brings up 4th down and 5, and a 47-yard field goal try by John Anderson. He's got enough leg. He made it. 47 yards, and I mean he had a lot of air under it when it went over the goalpost. So the Huskies get 3 in their first possession to start the second half of play, and their lead goes back to 7, 17-10.
AT&T's wireless data technology can provide fast, easy access to over 100,000 websites designed specifically for handheld devices. Go ahead. Cut the cord.
Here we are in New York City. There are people as far as the eye can see, and soon a new year will begin.
To everyone, everywhere, celebrating the future. Happy New Year from Accenture.
You kids don't know how easy you have it. Why, when I was your age, I was easy.
If a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing well.
We start at 8 a.m. sharp. I trust you don't have a problem with that.
Give me a B-L-U-E. What's that spell?
Blow! The NYPD Blue season premiere is Tuesday, January 9th on ABC.
Today's aerial coverage for the Rose Bowl provided by AT&T. You can see now the San Gabriel starting to change colors, as we told you they would as the day went on. And in a little while, we'll have the sun going down toward the Pacific, and the brownies have arrived.
Alexis still being worked on.
Yeah, he took a lick on that sideline. He really hurt.
Yeah.
Here's the kickoff now. Anderson. It's a short high one. It's fielded at the 15-yard line by Vinny Sutherland. Found a hole up the middle of the field. Gets to the outside. There's a penalty flag at his wake. And they finally bring him down inside the 40, down at the 35-yard line. And where's the flag?
Had a lot of penalties in the first half. 9 by Purdue, 4 by Washington.
Could be against the Huskies, you know that?
If it is, it's their 5th of the game.
Encroachment on the kickoff by the kicking team. That penalty is refused. First down.
So big play with Vinny Sutherland, and here's Purdue. Crank it away. Bobby Houck, the special teams coach for the Huskies, not happy with that.
Great return. Watch this now. His eyes immediately go to the right side where he sees a hole and sprints that way. Very little false steps. Never. He's trying to get yardage everywhere he goes. When he outruns the kicker, he says, I better cut back to the inside, and that's the end of the run, but it was a great decision on his part.
Purdue ball, Washington 36-yard line, first down. Brees turns and gives to Montrell Lowe, and Lowe will go down for perhaps a little loss on the play, but no more than the line of scrimmage.
Chief, that man right there was the story of the first half. Montrell Lowe, just 5'8", 16 carries, 71 yards, some of them spectacular. Watch this. His feet never touched the ground. He was the reason that Purdue was able to win the battle of time of possession by 5 minutes in the first half. Lowe with 71 exciting yards.
Call it second down and still about 10. 2 wide at the top of the screen, 2 wide at the bottom. Not very many folks left in the middle. Brees throws quickly, and it's almost picked off. It almost went to the hands of Rock Alexander, who had nothing between him and the goal line except cool late afternoon autumn air.
Well, I'll tell you what happened there, too. Washington went to a dime defense. They have 5 defensive backs in the game at one time. Rock Alexander's looking at Brees the whole time and actually reads his eyes and goes that way. Tremendous step in by Rock Alexander, reading it all the way, and he almost had the pick.
Third down and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Drew Brees throws to the sidelines, completes the pass. They've done that 4 times today. Vinny Sutherland making the catch. They just go down the sideline and hide, and Huskies let him go.
We haven't seen Lowe since he had that helmet ripped off in that one tackle. Here you go right here as you look at Sutherland. He just runs a good out pattern, runs him off. See Massey backed off, couldn't make the turn or the cut as quickly.
So Lowe's back in there. He started the half. Second half. Ball is down on the 24-yard line. And it's a first down on the catch by Sutherland. Brees keeps it. Wants to come back this way and does. And let's check in a moment with Todd Harris.
Well, Keith, the word on Montrell Lowe in that first half, as we saw, his face took a few licks. The helmet came off a couple times. They finally put a few stitches in his lip during the halftime. They are going to bring him back in. He will see more action throughout the day, so it's not going to stop him whatsoever. We're still checking on Rich Alexis, though. The doctors are still working on him.
Alrighty. That last pass was intended for Lowe, but he was well covered, and so Brees just threw it away.
Go, go.
Just starting the second half. 17-10, Washington leading. Off of a 47-yard field goal by Anderson. Brees on second down and 10, throws high into the air to the end zone. Touchdown, Vinny Sutherland. Beautiful pass. Remember, Sutherland is only, I don't think, more than 5'9", for sure. And that ball was touched right into his hands perfectly. Rock Alexander and Greg Carruthers was there, and nothing they could do about it.
His second touchdown reception of the day. Drew Brees picked him out by reading the defense immediately. He was going to him all the way, never looked off. He ran a flag pattern, had the inside receiver, took that flag right to the post, and the ball was waiting for him. That was well thrown. Good route, too.
This Dorsch for the point out of Ben Smith's hold, and the kick is good. So we're tied at 17 with 11 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Go play outside. It's a beautiful day.
Idle hands on the devil's playground. I'm going to let you go this time, but take it easy out there.
The Internet helps you reach millions of customers around the globe. But who's keeping you in touch with the Internet? Fujitsu. The possibilities are infinite.
Hello, Mr. Bufford. Thank you for the nice gift pack of beef jerky. Beef jerky. Thank you.
Gee, wish I could take credit, but I didn't send you all any jerky.
You didn't?
Well, no. The last gift I sent you was that box of filet mignons about 2 months ago. Y'all got that, didn't you?
Shipping internationally?
Y'all there?
This is a job for FedEx.
Hello?
The Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by Dodge and nearly 3,000 dealers who invite you to come see what's different. FedEx, official sponsor of the Bowl Championship Series. Inspired technology with a human touch. Nokia, connecting people. And Dell.
(17-17) tie. As Purdue kicks off now to Washington. This time the Huskies have 2 people deep, and this is a high, deep kick. Well, back in the he's coming out. And he gets across the 20. Ooh, that's pretty good stuff by Derek Johnson. And he comes across the 30 and out to the 33-yard line.
Keith, let's go back to the touchdown. Vinny Sutherland, the leading receiver for Purdue, is right here. Now, he'll run that little flag pattern. He had 65 catches on the year coming in. He's got 5 today. That's his 13th touchdown of his career, and that's a new Purdue record, actually, of this season.
Look at where that pass was put.
You know, he's a 5'9" guy. He's not tall. We saw him get overthrown earlier, but we mentioned he's like Wayne Kubat. He is like that. He's a possession receiver, and he really knows how to separate from defenders.
33-yard line, first down for the Huskies now. I think Marcus Tuiasosopo knows that Purdue's about to take this game away from him. They're going to get busy. Ball is thrown quickly and hard to Jeremy Stevens, and Stevens will pick up no more than 3 yards on the play. Wednesday, January 10, brand new Drew Gary show. Looks like it's the last call when the city tries to close down Drew's favorite watering hole. Brand new Drew Gary show at January 10, 9, 8 Central on ABC.
Saw Purdue's defense was a little bit shaky in that first quarter, and why not? I mean, they've got 5 freshmen playing on the defense for Purdue, but they really settled down, and they've played quite nicely ever since.
Rich Alexis is back in the ball game. They strapped him up, and he wanted to come back, I guess, and the doctor said, well, you go ahead. And here comes Tuiasosopo's option to Alexis. He turns inside, And they take him down just about the line of scrimmage by Landon Johnson. Here's Todd.
Well, Keith, as you and Tim pointed out, Rich Alexis has a history. What it is a subluxated right shoulder. We saw it happen the game we did up in Washington when they played UCLA. What they do basically is pop the shoulder back in, tape it to try to support it and give it some kind of stabilization. And Rich Alexis is not enough pain, and he said he wants to keep playing, so he is in.
Well, they need his speed. 3rd down and 6 now. Well, they say 5. More than that. The important thing, it's 3rd down. Pass is down the middle. Caught by Jeremy Stevens for a first down for Washington, right on the midfield stripe.
We called for Stevens early in the ball game. We said Tuiasosopo likes to go to him often. Did not go to him that much in the first half. But here he is now. Stevens has 5 receptions for 50 yards. He's 6'7", but watch how he sits down in the open area. He just feels his way, can feel the defenders. He went to the seam, sat down, waited in the soft area for Tuiasosopo to find him, and there's your first down.
At midfield with 10 minutes exactly to play in the 3rd quarter. Alexis kind of dropped his head and dove in there and picked up 2 yards.
2 great quarterbacks came into this ball game. Everybody knew they were the headliners. How are they doing head-to-head? Look at it. Both of them having pretty good games. 11 of 15 for Tui, 14 of 23 for Brees. At one point, Brees was 8 for 9. But you see the yardage differential right there in favor of Drew. But the minus 25 rushing yards, and a lot of that had to do with the 2 sacks. And, of course, he was dropped twice behind the line of scrimmage on runs.
Braxton Clement is in at tailback now. And they've got double wide bottom of the picture. Tui changing the play.
Play clock down to 5. He's got to get the snap.
3-step drop, throws quickly, pass completed to Wilbur Hooks. And Hooks is right on the 40, and that ought to be a first down for Washington. It is. As we told you, the officials are from the ACC, Atlantic Coast Conference. John Childress is the referee. Jack Childress is the referee. Alexis comes back now.
I know
tailback.
I think I was the most penalized guy in the ACC. I know those officials well.
This is Conniff, the fullback. Pat Conniff runs it inside the 25-yard line. It'll be Washington first down near the Purdue 23.
That right there is want to. That's desire. Conniff 6'1", 245 pounds. Watch your fullback ramble. And watch the strength that he has in his legs. Here's the hit. He turns, and look, keep those driving legs, and he moves forward for another 4 yards. Here's a guy that was playing with a dislocated shoulder. Just a strong running back.
First down. Tuiasosopo, play action, passes away to the end zone. No, close. Todd Elstrom had it on his hands. Ball was maybe a foot too far in front of him. Very close. Elstrom is playing with a very sore knee.
He is, but again, Tuiasosopo goes to play action, and he locks on the receiver that he wants to go to. Actually had him open just a little bit too far out in front. But I can see what the Purdue guys are saying by saying, watch Tui's eyes, because he's leading you to the receiver that he's throwing to.
Second down and 10. Joe Tiller having a look. They're holding Stevens. Guy had him by the coattail and spun him around. Aiken Ayadel gets the sack on Marcus Tuiasosopo.
Keith, you were right on top of that one, because in that situation, when they're 2nd and long and 3rd and long, we told you they like to go to Stevens. He's looking for him here, but watch this coverage. Turner's on him. Turner's got hands on him, rides him hard, stays in his hip pocket. Now comes up and jumps on his side, and there was no way that Tuiasosopo was going to throw into coverage down this deep in Purdue territory.
Ball is back on the 30-yard line, where it's 3rd down and 17. Quarterback draw. To the 25, close to the original line of scrimmage. They might be within big old John Anderson's range again. He nailed a 47-yarder. Is he coming? Yes, here he is.
And that one he hit from 47 could have been good from 57.
Yep. So John, who is only a sophomore from Boynton Beach, Florida, he was partly responsible for Rich Alexis coming out, and there's some other people coming from Florida. John turned out to be a pretty good salesman. 42-yarder. Snap was a little high, but he got all of it. Wow. Big leg. Good. Huskies go back to the lead, 20-17 on a 42-yard field goal by John Anderson.
This is the big one. I wonder if Nikki can handle it.
Mary, she was great in her time.
This'll fuel your competitive spirit. It's the best time to buy sale, only at Sears.
This is what it all comes down to.
Choose this Kenmore washer and dryer combo and get free delivery. And get an amazing 0% financing with no interest and no payments until 2002 on all home appliances over $399.
Don't count me out.
Now it's my time.
Sears, proud sponsor of the BCS and the Sears National Champion Football Trophy.
It's so different, it's the best minivan ever. With the only power hatch ever in a minivan. The only automatic 3-zone climate control ever in a minivan. The only movable center console with power outlet, and more. But even with all that's different, there's one thing will never change. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different.
Stuttgart, Auckland, Osaka, Rio, Lima, Santiago, Pretoria, Oslo. When your business takes you around the world, you can get fast, secure remote access from over 2,000 points with AT&T's high-speed network. Small world, huh?
This is the Bowl Championship Series on ABC Sports as coverage of the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T continues.
6 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Washington having gone back to the lead 20-17 with John Anderson preparing to kick it away. And waiting for it is Vinnie Sutherland and Chris Clopton. And there's the gunslinger waiting to come for Purdue. Out on the goal line. Here comes Clopton. Starting to cut outside, lost his footing, goes down 26-yard line.
Take a look at the AT&T action highlight, and you'll see that Vinnie Sutherland's been the big play guy. Here he ran a post pattern, they hit him, then he runs it to the other side, he runs the flag, he goes out with it, and they hit him there. 2 touchdowns tonight give him 13 for the season, or this afternoon. He has 13 for the season. That's a new Purdue record. Plus, Keith, he had that 51-yard kickoff return, which set up the touchdown.
Good player.
No turnovers in this ballgame.
Yep.
Well played.
Only really big mistake was that snap over the head of the punter. Ball down the middle. It's Sutherland and almost picked off. That's really good coverage by Omari Lowe. Lowe cutting in behind Sutherland, reading the ball just about right, and almost made the catch.
Pretty interesting. Sutherland thought he was open again, and Lowe had that closing speed. Right here, it looks like Sutherland's open, but watch Lowe close, and that's one of the guys they wanted to attack. Talking to the coaches and talking to Tim Hundley, the Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator, says, hey, we're going to go at Lowe. We're going to take some shots at him. There's one of the shots. Lowe responded and broke it up nicely.
2nd down and 10. Shotgun, Brees quickly, sideline, good, out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line, pick up 5 yards, Donald Winston. The attendance today, 94,392. Tis a fine gathering on a fine day.
And one of the greatest scenes in all of football.
Great venue. Third down and 5.
Brees for the year, 58% on 3rd down, the best in the nation.
Quickly, Sutherland, short of the first down. They didn't take him down on the first hit. He kept his feet, but they've stopped him 2 yards short of the first down. Akbar involved in it.
Great stop by Washington.
Purdue will have to punt it away on 4th and 2. And Scott Kurtz is in the ball game. 45 and 29, his 2 punts so far today. Tim Stratton, the tight end, does the snapping. Do they have enough people on the line of scrimmage?
They do.
Low kick, tail dragger. Going to take a good roll for Purdue. Finally picked up by Butler back there, but he's immediately knocked down at the 13-yard line. He kicked it away from Butler, and it was a low-line drive tail dragger, and when he hit the ground, it took off like a rocket. It turns out to be a big kick of 53 yards.
Give in to the big, tasty original chicken sandwich at Burger King. Right now, it's just 99 cents. Crispy, delicious, all-white meat. With fries and drink, it's just $2.99. The original chicken sandwich, just 99 cents. With fries and drink, just $2.99. At these prices, we're practically giving it to you. Only at Burger King.
I don't care who started it. I want it to stop. Now.
Look, it's time you take things into your own hands.
The unification of corporate subsectors must be authorized.
Sorry, I love football, but I really love music.
Britney and LL Cool J host the American Music Awards next Monday, 8, 7 Central on ABC.
We'll be doing the play-by-play.
Washington gets the ball back, but in poor field position at their own 14-yard line as a result of the ball hitting the ground and rolling. Well, let's see what happens here. Who's in there at that deep back position? It's Alexis. Rich Alexis is in there, and he's coming right up the middle. No, it's Calif, the fullback, coming right up the middle, the first man out of the 2-back set. And Pat's going to pick up about 3-4 yards. Tomorrow night, Bowl Championship Series continues on ABC. The Miami Hurricanes, Florida Gators, Nokia Sugar Bowl. That'll be live at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, home of the Bowl Championship Series. Get complete analysis of all the BCS games, including announcer bowl predictions. Oh, that's up to announcer bowl predictions at ESPN.com, keyword BCS. Did you vote? Sissoko throwing into the crowd, completes it to Joe Collier, tight end, who makes his first catch of the day. Big target, Joe 6'7", 260 from Spokane.
You know what's amazing to me is Tuiasosopo so mobile, and you look at everything he's done, and he's only a 2-year starter. Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year, holds 11 Washington records, 8 career fourth-quarter comebacks. He's only been a 2-year starter. Talked to Gil Brandt, the great scout in the NFL. He says, hey, listen, mobile quarterbacks are big right now in the NFL. This guy's a warrior. He can play.
Option. Oh, he got around the corner. Van Peck's favorite play, and got it to midfield and a first down for the Washington Huskies.
I think the only drawback would be on him, Keith, is he's a thick guy, and thick guys don't keep their speed as long as the more slender guys over the long haul. But right now, he's got terrific speed. He's got terrific strength. And look at the mobility he has, the fake, and then turn it up. Look, get that extra yardage.
Money they're paying today, 5 years, you can go be a partner. Buy a fishing boat. Do whatever you want, you know.
I'm with you.
First down from midfield for the Huskies. Option going the other way, going to run a reverse. Here comes Butler. Oh, my goodness, there's a push in the back. It's Terry Tharps. Terry Tharps coming around, and the Huskies are going to lose it. They had a big push in the back. Holding. Had both, and they had holding, and I saw the push in the back. But they had Elliott Silvers, a big old tackle, that come out here to be the lead block, and there was another block downfield that just destroyed the defender. And Tharps is blazing speed.
By the offense, 10 yards from the spot. Repeat, first down.
Question now is, where was the holding and how much of a penalty is it? It'll be a 12-yard gain, a 10-yard penalty. So you got a 1st and 8, really.
But you know what? That Rick Neuheisel's got to be going crazy right now because he worked on that play all week in practice. He waited for just the right time where he thought he had Purdue rather, pursuing and over-pursuing, and he came back with a reverse. It worked perfectly, and they get the penalty.
So it's 1st and 8 with Willie Hurst in at tailback now for Washington. And Tuiasosopo's pass is away, and is it a trap?
He skipped it.
He bounced past it in there, and a moment now with Todd Harris.
Well, Keith, it's amazing who you'll find on the Washington Husky sideline now with the Kansas City Chiefs, Warren Moon, and I know you got to be rooting for your dogs today.
No question about it. You know, this game brings back a lot of memories for me because it's where my career started, and I've been behind the program ever since I left. These guys are doing a great job.
What are your impressions? Evaluate number 11 for me.
Oh, he's a great player. You know, he's a playmaker. He doesn't have the greatest arm, he doesn't have the greatest size, but he makes plays and he wins, and that's what a quarterback's supposed to do.
Great to see you, Warren.
Thanks a lot. Happy New Year.
What a good player he was. What a good guy he is. The ball is at the 44-yard line now as they get it across. And it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Designed play. Looked like it was a broken play, but it was designed for Marcus Tuiasosopo to take that thing off tackle behind 2 big blockers. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. And again, we tell you that's where they normally look for Stevens.
At the lunch yesterday, I saw big old Bob Slorette. I'll tell you what, that one-eyed quarterback, back-to-back Rose Bowl MVPs, that's almost unheard of, but Bobby was. 3rd down and 5. Gotta hurry. Can't do it. You know what? He lost his footing. He got skating around out there on all that paint Tim was talking about. You let it dry too much. Because it is really slick when you run onto that rose, and he lost his footing.
Well, I'll tell you something else, too. They are not letting Jeremy Stevens loose. They had 2 guys on him. He's up here at the top of your screen, 14, trying to release. Marcus never had any time. They pinched him hard, so he decided to run it, which was a wise thing to do. Still couldn't get free.
Landon Johnson is the one that messed up that play for Washington. Purdue outside guy on defense. Brian Fleming punting. Pops it up in the air high. Sutherland gets away from it, takes a bounce, and bounces, and it's going to roll dead at the Purdue 4-yard line. Well done, Mr. Fleming. Drew Brees coming aboard now. Not much real estate at his back.
You look at this, he's set almost every record you can imagine. These are pretty good numbers when you look at this. You go all the way down to the bottom to the total offense down there. What do we say that was? That's about 7 miles worth of total offense.
From the 4. Be careful, country. Hands it off. Montrell Lowe skating around will get about a yard on the carry before Anthony Kelly puts him away. Isn't Anthony Kelly the one that's going off to South Africa for advanced studies?
Yes, he is.
He's excited about that. He was a young man that didn't care much about all the classwork, but along the way and getting to where he is, some teacher lit his candle and he is absorbed with it. Running it low. Ankle tackle at the 9-yard line. They'll give his progress to 10. And again, it's Anthony Kelly. Here's Todd with more on this interesting young man.
Well, Keith, he's just an absolute delight of a kid. He'll take a leave following the game. He heads to South Africa on the 5th. He'll be back in March. Now, he got the Mary Gates Scholarship. If the name sounds familiar, it's Bill Gates' mother. She was a regent at the University of Washington. He's the first University of Washington athlete to get it. And get this, he was a partial qualifier out of high school. Rick Neuheisel says South Africa will never be the same.
Give a kid a chance, though. He can succeed.
That's right. 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Brees quickly to the sidelines, and They're short of the first down. I think.
It's going to be close.
It's close. That was John Standiford, who hasn't seen the ball all that much today. They're going to measure. Rock Alexander may have been a tad late getting there.
I think he got a pretty good mark. You watch this, and the ball's delivered on time, but he doesn't have time to turn because they close on him quickly. He's looking at that first down marker, and he's trying to get there, but a terrific hit by Alexander, who, by the way, is playing a great game. Came in as the dime backer. Now he was playing so well, they're playing him more and more in the base defense.
He's another one of those precocious freshmen.
Please back up over here. You got it?
Got a good spot, and I still don't think he made it.
It is short.
They're short. It'll take some gizzard to go for it down there.
No, it's not a good call, Keith. Not in a close ball game like this with so much time left, and these being two fourth-quarter teams.
Look, Joe's been played at Montana State. He's seen all the snowfalls along the whole Rocky Mountain range and evolved this offense, but he isn't going to gamble here.
It would take Gizzard to go for it, but if he doesn't make it, they'll rip that Gizzard out.
I don't think he's going to.
No way.
If it was minute 5 to play in the game instead of a minute 5 to play in the third quarter, that might be different.
Sure.
Scott Kurz standing right back around his goal line. No pressure. Good kick to midfield. Ball caught. No fair catch and a penalty flag.
They were inside the halo again. That's the second time today they've been called inside that halo, and they're not giving him that 2 yards they have to give him.
Might have a face mask, too. Cody Pickett warming up on the sidelines because Marcus Tuiasosopo ran down the tunnel a moment ago.
Non-contact, kick-catching interference by the kicking team. 5 yards from the spot. First down.
That's third time now that they've done that today. There he goes with accompaniment, a trainer going into the clubhouse.
Kind of dragging that right arm, too. It's just hanging by his side.
Yep, and Cody Pickett, who has played very little this season. And here's Todd with more.
Well, Keith, initially they're saying it's the shoulder of Marcus Tuiasosopo that he injured, rolled up on it. They went in for precaution. They want to take a closer look at it, and I don't think they want to do it under the glare of the fans here. I know a lot of folks at Washington, when they saw him ran in, everyone had a big awe.
So the story on Cody Pickett now as he comes onto the field to replace Marcus. He's from Caldwell, Idaho, 6'4", a freshman. He has 1 for 2.
He's a big kid. He's got pretty good vision. They say he's poised.
Well, Keith Gilbertson keeps telling us that he's a very good athlete and he can run the option play very well. But we've not seen him do it in combat.
Well, and I suspect that's what they're going to do. They're going to start running the football here. And depending on how badly Marcus Tuiasosopo is hurt, knowing Marcus, he's going to come back in the ball game. But if that's his right shoulder, he may not be able to throw effectively. But he still can run. There's a look at Keith Gilbertson.
So here's Cody Pickett in the hot box now for the first time in the Rose Bowl. Dropped. The ball is dropped by Rich Alexis. So you got 2 freshmen handling the ball there, and they don't do a very good job of it.
Well, you mentioned that he's coming into a tight fit situation. He hasn't done it very often. As a matter of fact, Tuiasosopo has taken almost every snap in his career, all but 35 in 2 years. So the timing's a little bit off, although it looked like the handoff was there and probably should have been taken properly by Alexis.
Pickett barely shows up in the season review, to tell you the truth. Here's Cody's first pass. It's a beauty right on his hands and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Todd Elstrom made the catch. Young fella from Puyallup. Here's the latest from Todd.
Well, here's the word from the trainer. I just talked, and they took him in. It's a right AC sprain of, unfortunately, his throwing arm. They said it's not too bad, but they want to take a picture just to make sure they think he'll be back.
Well, Pickett's biggest role so far was against Washington State. He came in and engineered a 7-play, 27-yard drive for a touchdown.
Willie Hurst is the tailback right now. So he's thrown once. He's going to throw twice. Pass is away, and it's caught. But it's going to be short of a first down. On 3rd down and 6, he had to come back for the ball, Justin Robbins, and he's going to be a yard short of the first down.
Now, Washington will take a good look at this because this is close enough to go for it. But you've got a field goal kicker that's got a strong leg and has been very accurate today. So Rick Neuhauser will look at this. He'll talk to his staff. They'll get some consulting, and he'll find out whether he should go for it.
We've done 3 of them. ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T comes after this message and the word from our ABC station.
This is kind of how you look to the infrared sensors in the all-new Dodge Caravan. They read the temperature around the driver, front passenger, and back passengers, and give each zone its own control. It's the only minivan that offers automatic 3-zone climate control, because some like it hot, some like it cool, and some just want in. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. Different.
The play on the field is being reviewed. Upon further review, I need further review. The ruling on the field is that there is no ruling on the field.
Introducing new Ruffles potato chips, now with bigger, thicker ridges that are even better for dipping. Together with new Ruffles dip and new chip and dip kits, they keep you coming back for more.
On deeper introspection, we have what is possession? Can we truly ever possess anything?
Television's best-kept secret is about to be revealed.
Who is the mole?
The game begins Tuesday, January 9th on ABC.
They're back. It's the return of Super Dollar Doubles, and the savings are just smashing. Now through midnight Sunday, January 7th, Kroger will double all manufacturers' coupons up to $1. So clip those coupons, save with Super Dollar Doubles, and then save even more with your Kroger Plus card. Because right now, whole boneless pork loin is just $1.99 a pound, and select T-bone steak is just $3.99 a pound at Kroger.
Don't you wish everything was as dependable as a Chevy? Impala received a 5-star frontal impact crash test rating for both driver and front passenger. Lease an Impala for as low as $269 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. Impala, part of the family of dependable Chevy cars. Chevy will be there.
RTV6 editorials. One more way we're standing up for you.
You're watching ABC Sports coverage of the Rose Bowl presented by AT&T.
All right, the football is resting. If I can get that graphic off there to show you, it's not a yard. It's no more than a half yard from being a first down.
And look who's back in. It's Marcus Tuiasosopo. They're going to go for it, Keith, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's Conniff that gets the carry because of Tuiasosopo's shoulder. But he went in to see Dr. Feelgood. He looks pretty good. He was throwing okay on the sidelines. He may just quarterback sneak it.
He might. So it's 4th down, and the first time in the ball game we've had a play come up with this structure. It goes to Rich Alexis, the tailback, and he went through there like an 18-wheeler going downhill and got the first down.
And Pat Conniff was out in front of him leading the way.
So Tuiasosopo becomes a very dramatic persona here for a moment as he comes back in after having been examined, pictured, and strapped up.
I think this is the injury right here. He comes down hard on that right shoulder. Watch when he lands. He breaks away from the tackle and then slams down on the right shoulder, and he immediately reaches up there.
So they've got their first down. And he hands the ball away to Alexis again. He just goes straight ahead. And grabbing a hold of him as he goes by is number 42, Brent Botts. So the Washington offensive front, now remember, a bunch of 5 300-plus pounders up there, and they can pound on you. We are in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you look at the rushing of Washington. Interesting. They led the Pac-10 212 rushing yards a game, despite the fact the Huskies didn't have a single runner in the top 10 individually most of the year.
Doesn't matter.
By committee.
On you, boy.
By committee.
Yep. 2nd down and 8. They're inside and beaten again, and they're going to take it down to about the 25-yard line.
You know what they're doing here. They're not only pounding that ball now, they're not only getting physical and taking over this thing, but they're melting the clock and shortening the game. We're down under 14 minutes now.
Leading 20-17. Remember, the Big Ten has won 7 of the last 8 of these Rose Bowl games, and they've got a pretty good string going again.
Both of these clubs are fourth-quarter clubs.
Third down, 3, option, and Tuiasosopo turns inside, and leg strength may have got him the first down. Gilbert Gardner had a hold of him. He's 216 pounds. Tuiasosopo weighs at least 220.
Purdue wants a measurement. Nope, they're not going to get one. It's a first down, and Tui again. He cut back up. Rather than trying to take it outside and play with the tackler, just forced him to follow him into that gap, and he lunged forward and got the first. Now the strategy really does become keep away. Keep Drew Brees on the sidelines as much as you possibly can.
Ball is on the 23. Just inside the 23, so it goes in the books as the 22. Tuiasosopo throws to the sidelines, complete to Todd Elstrom. And Elstrom is rolled out of bounds by Woodyard, and he is short of the first down marker. Saturday, ABC Sports will go to Australia to bring you the first big golf event of the new year with Ernie Els, Hal Sutton, Justin Leonard, Vishay Singh among those who are going down to play in the World Golf Championships Accenture Match Play. That'll be Saturday at 2 Eastern and Pacific on ABC. Our producer, Mark Loomis, is leaving right after the ball game for the lovely journey to Australia tonight. This is Rich Alexis, and he's passed the 10 down to the 8. Aiken Adele brings it down. Well, oh, Mark, he's young and limber. He can bring it.
Little mix-up on the play. The timing was off. Tuiasosopo, Alexis bumped into each other. Right now, that offensive line is pounding. Watch this. Here's the collision. Throws him off. But look at the cutback. Stevens kind of standing around, not getting the block to help him back from the cutoff. But right now, Silver, Sprays, Ben, Ward, and Call are dominating that line of scrimmage.
It is first down goal to go from the Purdue 8-yard line with Braxton Clemens at tailback.
Play clock's at 1.
Just got it off. Air ball to the corner, touchdown. Todd Elstrom out-jumped the defender for the 6th. They picked on the 5'7" cornerback, and it paid off. Elstrom, 6'3", Clopton, 5'7". Guess who wins that jump ball?
Well, you're right. The coaches say that Clopton's a pit bull, but he's a short one. And you take a 6'3" guy, and Tuiasosopo really knows how to put the ball high. He does it with Stevens, and here he does it with Elstrom. It says, go up and get it. It's a jump ball. And if a 6'3" guy can't out-jump a 5'7" guy, shame on him.
And the extra point try now by John Anderson. And it's good. So it's a 27-17 ball game now as Marcus Tuiasosopo takes his team in for the touchdown.
Hey!
Sorry. It's just too fun to drive. The all-new Civic Coupe from Honda. Amazing, but true.
You heard about Benny the Bison?
No, what?
He never checked out the risk and overall performance of those mutual funds he bought.
Well, Benny's no brain surgeon, right?
When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we created a smarter kind of investor with tools like the Schwab Select List, which highlights historically high-performing mutual funds. Visit schwabwelcome.com to order a free copy of the Select List.
You don't do your homework, you end up looking ridiculous.
Wiring the school for the internet is a big job.
You might get some floor damage with the backhoe.
The dumpsters are green. They're nice, like nature.
Hello?
There's a hard way to bring the internet to your school and an easy way, the wireless way with the Dell True Mobile Wireless Computer Lab. It stores up to 35 notebook computers that are wireless internet ready, turning every classroom into an interactive technology center.
Can you pay cash?
Wireless internet, made easy with Dell.
Dell Latitude notebooks use Intel Pentium 3 processors.
The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, as much a part of college football as ABC Sports. Oregon State faces Notre Dame, coming up next.
Todd Elstrom goes up and wins the jump ball for the touchdown, playing with a sore knee, but he did what he had to do. It's an amazing thing what a surge of adrenaline can do.
Well, he was the only experienced receiver that Washington had coming into this season. And with his leadership, guys like Robbins and Reddick and even Hooks, those guys started to catch on, and this became a very dangerous ball club.
John Anderson will kick it off. Sutherland and Clapton are waiting. Lights are on at the Rose Bowl. Short, high kick. It is fielded well up the field, and it is Pete Lockheed. And he'll get up to about the 28-yard line. Now the FedEx game summary.
Well, you see where the score is right now, and the rushing belongs to Washington. Let me say this. The Rose Bowl winner has won the rushing battle in 24 of the last 27 games. And with that ability to run the football coming into this half, Washington 14 minutes, Purdue only 4 in time of possession, as you look at the rest of those numbers.
And now, Mr. Brees, your stage. Ball is on the 28-yard line. Very quickly, outside it goes to Donald Winston. Very simple little stand-up play, but it works for pretty good yardage. Picked up about 8. Today's aerial coverage provided by AT&T. And there's the sun sliding gently into the Pacific.
These have been 5 of the most beautiful days I've ever seen in Southern California.
Don't tell anybody.
Clear as a bell. You can have all those Easterners moving out here. Midwesterners. I may be one of them.
How? I have a question after this play. Under center, turns, penalty flag goes down, ball is handed off. Play stops just about the line of scrimmage. How much are you allowed to curl your offensive line?
Well, we've got Dave Perry up here. That's something that they cannot get off that offensive line. They have to be aligned with the other linemen. It can't be a yard off that line. They can't be 2 feet off that line. They've got to have a hand on that line of scrimmage, do they not? All right, so the helmet must be on the imaginary line. See, they can't cheat at all. And that's something Rick Neuheisel was talking to the officials about before the ball game to watch for.
There have been a couple of times it looked like a semicircle.
Well, that's illegal. They won't always call it, but Rick Neuheisel was trying to alert them to it.
They picked up the first down.
There's your offensive line, and you see their helmet's supposed to be on that line of scrimmage.
Right. Brees down there, and it is incomplete. He had it on the hands of his receiver, Standiford, but John was in some traffic and couldn't reel it in. Ben Madavi was the man covering on the play for the Huskies, and now Drew Brees is going to be looking at second down and 10.
This ball was thrown so well right a little bit behind it, but I mean right where only his guy, John Standiford, could get it. That ball has to be caught.
The thing that amazes me about him in traffic like that, with the sky falling on him, he's able to put touch on it. The ball was not thrown hard. Very catchable.
Surprising to me is the tight end Stratton, only 2 catches in the game.
He's been very quiet. And 3 wideouts at the top, go back the other way. The pass is completed, and it's a big gain for Purdue as Cedric Brown came out of the backfield. They had 3 wide receivers up the top of the picture to the left, came back to the right to the fullback, and got a big play out of it.
Brown's one of those guys. He plays mostly on the 3rd down team. You know, they come in packages. Certain guys have certain roles on this team, and Brown's is usually on long yardage. And they just kind of slid him out of the backfield. I don't think anybody even knew.
Huskies were nobody over there.
That he was back there because the linebacker never did pick him up.
Nope. It's a first down for the Boilermakers at the Washington 37-yard line. Here's a running play with Lowe fumbling the football, and Washington says they've got it.
I think they do. That's the first turnover of the ball game. The first turnover of the ball game.
Lowe took a wicked hit from Greg Carruthers, and he's still down. Carruthers covers the ball, and I'm not sure that Greg had a piece of the hit or not. But it was a slashing blow, and we've got a timeout for the injury. So the ball is turned over by Purdue as they're trying to get it in the end zone and shorten that 10-point lead. It is Carruthers that hit him.
It has been completely redesigned, so it is more powerful, safer, quieter, and more spacious. With ultra-low emissions and improved fuel economy. Introducing the all-new Civic from Honda. Amazing but true.
Why can't they park in the garage like everyone else?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Happy birthday to me.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Hello?
Security. Make it a Bud Light.
Looking for a better way to track your shipments through the supply chain? This is a job for FedEx.
You're blinking.
The Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2001 Rose Bowl game. AT&T, boundless. Honda, a winning lineup of cars, sport utility vehicles, and minivans. Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light. And Charles Schwab. When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we also created a smarter kind of investor.
So Washington gets the ball back at their own 34-yard line. And Tuiasosopo options down to Willie Hurst. And Hurst got around the corner. Willie and Alexis both have the speed to turn that corner on the option, and Willie just did it there. It's first down, move the chain. The time remaining, 10 minutes and 46 seconds in the ball game. Washington is leading 27-17.
Keith, at halftime we told you that Purdue dominated time of possession, and you can see that. Look at the second half. Washington 14:08 to just 5:06 for Purdue. It's a game of keep away. They're keeping Drew Brees on the sideline.
On the 47 for this snap. And it's Hurst. Oh, Willie's motor's running. He's inside the 40-yard line, down to the 38. Again, I say to you, you've got 5 300-plus pounders along the offensive front, and they've been beating on them all day long, and it's getting now into the middle of the fourth quarter.
And how many times, Keith, have you heard out here about the Pac-10 being a wine and cheese conference, being soft, especially last year? I don't think so anymore, especially Washington. This is a very strong, physical football team.
First down at the Purdue 38-yard line. Pat Conniff gets a carry, and the big fullback from Woodinville is inside the 35. It's a gain of about 4 yards. 94,392 came. The Purdue folks all went over to Universal City last night and almost wholly occupied it. They've had a good time. I haven't run into anybody from Indiana that hasn't had a good time out here this week.
Both schools,
yeah.
both schools, well represented,
well-behaved people, just terrific.
Play clock down to 1. He's not going to get it off.
Nope. So you got second down and 6 coming up after this timeout with 9 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the game.
Welcome to the Nokia Mobile Internet. Nokia, connecting people.
Well, the baby is looking healthy. How are you two doing?
We're great.
Just doing the parenthood thing, you know, buying a minivan.
Oh?
Oh, he's kicking.
What minivan?
The Odyssey?
Nice. Very nice.
With a fold-down third-row seat and a 5-star safety rating, it's beyond a minivan. The Odyssey from Honda.
You wouldn't believe the sales.
I hope you didn't put all those in the credit card.
Yeah, why?
Those interest charges are really going to get us.
Don't worry. I used our new Capital One card. It's interest-free.
To the neighbors!
If you had a new Capital One card, all your purchases would be interest-free until July 2001.
We gotta tell Bob and Carol about Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
The Nokia Sugar Bowl, as much a part of college football as ABC Sports. Miami faces Florida, tomorrow night at 8, 5 Pacific.
Charles Schwab will make contributions to the scholarship funds of each of the universities represented in the Bowl Championship Series. And no, you can't have one of those. The Rose Bowl game presented by AT&T. And here we go, 27-17 Washington, 9:11 to play, second down and 6 for the Washington Huskies on the Purdue 34-yard line. Run it with Hurst. Willie turns, he's good at that. And he swings around against Arizona up in Seattle when Washington played him. He made one of those turns and kept his feet. One of the great plays of the season.
Watch this. Look at the balance. Look at the turn. Look at the low center of gravity he has. That's the move he just tried to put on there. But that one is incredible. How he kept his balance, I don't know. That's a great athletic move. Now watch, he does it here again. A little spin. Not the same kind of pirouette, but he tried to spin his way off.
Wouldn't let him go. It's on the 27 of Purdue now. First down, Washington. Sissoko missed way back behind the line of scrimmage. Gets his pass away. It is complete to Collier. Collier now this season, including the bowl game, has caught 3 passes. He had 1 catch coming in. He has 2 today.
Purdue really needs a break now. Washington has the Boilermakers playing on their heels. They have fake action, play action. He rolls the opposite way. He's outside. He could have run or passed here. Boy, he is just such a dangerous player.
I think you're beginning to see now why I call him the Warrior. Boy, he's a tough guy.
Well, you heard Warren Moon say he's not the best passer around. He's not the best runner, but definitely the most dangerous. And he's got Purdue right now guessing.
Delhi series almost there as Pat Connick goes inside the 10-yard line and down to about the 8 before he's finally brought down. He's a little bit short of his first down as Washington leads by 10 with 8 minutes to play in the game. And the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
As unusual as it is, instead of the Big Ten team pounding, it is the Pac-10 team now that is just pounding the ball down the throats of the Boilermakers.
Purdue now walking around with their hands on their hips a little bit, showing some tiredness. And good reason. Even with as much substituting as they've been able to do. They keep pounding it. This is Hurst. Touchdown. Willie Hurst right up the pipe.
Keith, that's like using a workhorse and a thoroughbred. Conniff ran the ball the last time. He's the big pounder at 245 pounds. Then they come back with Willie Hurst, who's only 5'10" and slight of build, but is explosive as a runner through a hole. Watch Calif lead him up, and watch Hurst just explode with speed through the hole. Wide open hole. There's the block by Calif. Not a big one, but just enough to throw him out of rhythm and keep him off Hurst.
Anderson for the point. Contact along the line of scrimmage. The kick is up, and the kick is good. I think that'll be flagged off, and unless one of the Huskies was moving before the snap.
Offsides, defense,
Point
that
counts.
penalty is refused. The point after is good.
And so Washington has scored 17 unanswered points after Purdue tied it at 17. The Huskies now lead 34-17.
Hi, I'm Chris Carter. I'd like to talk to you about a problem that can happen in your city, your community, to someone you love. The inability to tell the difference between a bid price and an ask price, a market order and a limit order. But thanks to programs like Web Shop, Schwab is making a difference. At Schwab branches across America, they'll teach you all about using the world's leading online broker.
Last year, Schwab held over 10,000 web shops. To sign up for one or to attend our other workshops, call 1-800-9-SCHWAB.
There's fun stuff all around you. You just have to know where to look. The new Go.com. Your guide to a better time.
Boy, I sure miss playing. Yeah, me too.
Hey, guys, you can still get to the Super Bowl.
How?
Just collect game cards and specially marked bags of Frito-Lay snacks. You match a play in the card with a play in the Super Bowl, and you can win one of millions of prizes, like Super Bowl tickets for life.
The AFC just kicked a field goal. All right, I want a hat.
Hey, I want Super Bowl tickets for life. The hats are good. Don't forget to watch my pay-per-view improv special on Super Bowl weekend.
Washington's 4 touchdowns have been scored by 4 different players, plus 2 field goals from John Anderson. Clement had a touchdown. And Tuiasa Sopo had a touchdown. And Willie Hurst has had one, and Todd Elstrom one. Anderson kicks off. Low skittering thing. It's caught on by the up man again. That's the second time that Lockheed has made the reception up around the 30-yard line.
Keith, let's go back to the Dell Game Solutions, and you can see the total play advantage. Let me break this down very simply for you. When Purdue has more plays than the opponent, they normally win. And when they don't, they've lost. Today, they've had 6 less plays, but here in the second half, Washington has run 37 plays to just 15 for Purdue.
Let me say to you, folks, this thing, it ain't over. Like Yogi warned you, it ain't over till it's over. There's 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And if anybody can get it done in a hurry, this is the guy right here. And Brees throws complete to A.T. Simpson. And he's right on the first down marker. As we go along in the game, I would like to say that the gentlemen from the Atlantic Coast Conference have done a fine job officiating this ball game. The referee, Jack Childress, and his crew, done an outstanding job. Brees looking to go big. Now gets a little bit of heat. Finally chased out of the pocket. He's got all day, and he has to throw. And they say no. Never had control of it. Sutherland went out of bounds with the ball wiggling around in his hand.
Saw some of Drew Brees' escapability there, though. He has that internal feel. He knows when people are coming. He's got an instinct to know. And he got outside the pocket and rolled, but here's what you're talking about, not having possession. See him bobbling the ball as he goes out of bounds.
He went to his left and still really put something on it, put some heat on the ball. He's not a gimme, I'll tell you. He's 6'1", 220. You're not going to get him for nothing. Second down and 10. Brees throws to the sidelines, and the pass is caught. And again, it's just short of the first down marker.
Told you about the ability of both of these teams to be strong in the fourth quarter. Well, Purdue had to come from behind, and I know that this really impressed you. I mean, these are some of their comebacks.
That's just remarkable.
These are some of the comebacks they had, and look how they won late.
Yeah, but look who they're playing.
I know it. I mean, how about the October they had?
Oh, wow. That really is impressive.
But they can come from behind, and it's because, like you said, Drew Brees just has a gun.
Third down and 1. Throwing for the first down. It's not good. Bounced off the shoulders of Cedric Brown.
I'm not sure he would have made it had he made the catch, but, you know, Drew Brees is going to lead a comeback. He's got to get some help. They've had a lot of drop balls in this ballgame.
4th and 1, and they're going. There's no question about this. Defending here is Omari Lowe and Jamon Willis.
That ball still has to be caught.
So here's a 4th and 1 call.
This is
at
the ball
the
game.
41. 6:47 to play. This baby is wrapped in the best tinsel. It's a run. It's good for the first down. And he isn't through yet. He scored. Touchdown, Purdue. Cedric Brown refused to give up on the sideline, just kept pumping, and the Huskies could never get him out of bounds.
And you know who threw a key block? Drew Brees. It wasn't a great block, and it wasn't a block that would knock a guy off his feet. But he was out there scrambling just enough to keep him off his running back. Now watch, here's the handoff. Keep an eye on 15, come around and try to help Brown out. Now watch, Drew Brees, 15, diving over right here, the running back, trying to readjust and getting just enough to get him off his feet and let Brown come around the corner. I'm not sure he didn't step on the line.
I don't think he did. No, I think he was in all the way. The kick is in the middle of the uprights and good. Like I said, Yogi's right. Yogi's always been right.
With AT&T's broadband technology, you can download a full-length aria to a home PC in seconds. That was Wagner's Die Meistersinger, the dance mix.
Trouble? It's Miller from Risk Management. He's in distress.
Miller. Monty, what's our capacity?
Well, headroom 38.5 inches, legroom 42.1 inches, and of course shoulder room.
Mister, I need hip room.
Front seat or rear seat?
Rear seat.
A full 54.1 inches, sir.
That's more than enough. Got room for one more? Climb aboard, Miller.
It's easy to get carried away. The Accord from Honda.
NYPD Blue takes possession of Tuesdays, January 9th on ABC.
Nice call, Ref.
Six minutes and 37 seconds to play in the football game, and guess what the coaching staff had to say to the Huskies when they came back to the field? You can party after the game is over, boys, because it ain't over.
Maybe started celebrating too much, but you mentioned 6:37 left. That drive, 5 plays, only 48 seconds.
High pop-up kind of a kickoff. It carries down to the 10-yard line. It's fielded by Rock Alexander, and Alexander does not get back to the 20. They take him down at about the 18-yard line. Time permitting, the new Ford Escape postgame show, including the Rose Bowl and the MVP trophy presentation.
Hey, Keith, how impressive is that last drive by Purdue when you think that they did get 5 plays in 48 seconds? Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. But Brown to go 42 yards strapped on the sidelines like that, not very good play for the Huskies either.
236-pounder, he runs pretty good.
There wasn't that many people bothering him. Clemens opens a tailback for this possession, and now the Purdue folks on the other end of the Rose Bowl have taken heart. They're making all the noise they can make. Got to travel a long way. A little option here. Goes to Clemens. He's getting to the corner, and he can't turn the corner. Purdue strung that one out as far as they could run it. Number 9, Schweigert, was over there, along with Sean Phillips.
Schweigert, the safety, made the tackle with Phillips, and Turner, the other safety, was in Tuiasosopo's face and almost caused a bad handoff. Watch how quickly he gets there. He comes on a safety blitz, number 8. He was up at the line of scrimmage and got to Tuiasosopo in a hurry. But Tui read it, pitched it, and they still got positive yardage.
Yeah, Ralph Turner, wasn't he? He was a quarterback, option quarterback in college, in high school before he came to college. Second down and a long 5. Hand it off, run it up to about the 25-yard line. They're going to need another 3 yards after that carry.
Talk about running the football. It's been pretty lopsided this half. Washington had its way for most of it. There's a good indication of it.
Well, they just got a wake-up call. It's only a 10-point difference right now.
Still, you get 179 rushing yards in 1 half. That's moving the football.
Yeah, but they got to go now and get a long 3 on 3rd down. Otherwise, Purdue's going to get good field position. Tuiasosopo kept it. Pitches it back.
Whoa!
And Purdue's got the ball. Bad decision.
He doesn't make many of them, Keith, but that definitely was. He was trying to do too much. He felt he was going to be tackled. He felt his pitch man was still with him all the way downfield and pitched it, and it couldn't be handled.
So it is Ashante Woodyard who comes up with the loose football, and the Boilermakers have a new life.
Boy, when this works, you say, what a great athlete this guy is to have the presence to know his pitch man's still there. But in this instance, when you're just trying to get out of the ball game, boy, that is a bad decision. It really could have been caught, but the bottom line is it wasn't. And it's a costly turnover and puts Purdue right back into this ball game.
Well, you got your first down, you got the middle of the field, you got at least 4 more snaps to use up another 2 minutes.
Don't need to pitch it at that point.
Right. And Purdue's moving. The left tackle dancing. He'd gone. Matt Light had gone to the prom right there, and it was you can't miss Matt. He's an All-American tackle. And he's at 304 out of Greenville, Ohio.
False start.
Absolutely.
5 yards. It's still first down.
Charming guy. We talked to him quite some time the other day, and he was a wrestler in high school and probably is going to do a lot of playing on Sunday. First down and 15.
Pretty great numbers.
Ball thrown right to the sidelines. That play's worked all day long. John Standiford this time.
Very wisely, he gets out of bounds, stops the clock. 5:26 to play.
Ball is put inside the 44-yard line for a second down and 3. Short on the punt. Here's Sutherland. That's the first down. Cut down inside the Washington 25-yard line by Derek Johnson.
It also stops the clock. He doesn't have to get out of bounds. 5:19 on the clock. First down. They move the change. The clock stops. Watch this. This is a great read by Tuiasosopo. He read the defense. He saw they were in Brees, rather. They in a 2-deep zone coverage. He found his man on the post.
Pumps it, goes for the corner. No, incomplete. Pass again intended for Vinny Sutherland, but he turned inside, lost his footing. Or turned outside and lost his footing in the duel with Massey.
Still, the incompletion stops the clock.
Well, they get a lot of plays, don't they?
They sure do.
Offensive coordinator is Jim Chaney, and he ought to go on the road. He's a funny guy.
I said, how difficult is your offense to learn? He says, if a rock had lips, he can tell you how it plays. I don't know what it means, but it's funny.
Really funny. Brees quickly again over the middle. The ball goes almost intercepted. Oh, that wasn't a very good decision either.
Look who it is.
Almost, yeah, Larry Triplett.
They were in a zone blitz. That means Triplett dumps out of there. Brees wasn't expecting to see big Triplet, the nose tackle, drop out of there. Here he is right here. Watch, he's going to come back like this. You know, Triplet's 295 pounds. Watch him move. Contact, drop back, almost had the interception. Still chasing it.
Well, they've doubled Larry most of the day.
They sure have.
Handled it. They kept him pretty quiet.
First team All-American. He'll be playing on Sundays. Quality player.
3rd down and 10. Well, we may go soon because he's going to think about it after this game's over. Drew's pass is over the head of the receiver. Incomplete. They're looking at 4th and 10. Omari Lowe defending against Vinnie Sutherland. Lowe's a little bit bigger, 205 and 6 feet.
I'd go for the field goal here, Keith. You need 10 points. It's 10 yards for a first. The percentages aren't in your favor. Get out there, get the field goal, come back and get the touchdown later.
El Dorch is out there. I'll tell you what, this fella wearing that black hat there, pretty crafty. He knows what he's doing.
It's all down to game management now, time management.
Ben Smith holding, John Sheldon snapping. 6'6" place kicker. Not a leg. And no good. He missed it.
Wow.
Oh, my. The ebb and flow of the last few minutes of this football game has been incredible.
Can't imagine the feeling. Your heart must sink when you get everything you can into this thing and you're watching it and it's sailing left, and you're saying just hang on, and it goes left by about 2 yards, and then watch Rick Neuheisel on the other side. Yes, sir, it's going left. He's a golfer. He knows how those things drift.
And so the Huskies hold the Boilermakers to the sidelines. The offense pondering what might have been. The defense on the field, bone tired, but fighting till their last gasp. And here's Washington's offense. First down from their own 25. Time remaining now is 4 minutes and 54 seconds. And this is Rich Alexis running for a first down over the 35 to the 36-yard line. The freshman from Florida may have a sore shoulder, but I'll tell you what, he's playing tough. Coming up right after we get through here will be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl as Oregon State and Notre Dame have at it in another of the Bowl Championship Series. First time those two teams have ever met. Oregon State lost only one time. That was up in Seattle, and they watched a field goal stay wide right by about 3 feet. That would have forced a tie in that game.
Most speed the Irish have seen all year.
Oh, yeah. And here is Alexis bouncing off the pile and coming to the outside and getting to the 40-yard line. He's got 4 yards on a play where he probably should have been dropped for a loss.
After Tuiasosopo turned the ball over in the last offensive possession, Rick Neuheisel, I'm sure, got that offense together and said, hey, look, guys, be smart. Here's the biggest game of your lives. All you have to do now is hold on to the football, and we'll get out of here with a win. Probably unusual. It's going to be rare if you see Tuiasosopo throw a pass the rest of the way.
Alexis has 9 carries since he got going in the second half for 77 yards.
He's dipping that shoulder and going strong at him, too.
Second down and 6. This time there's only a yard. Here's Todd.
Well, Keith, Coach Rick Neuheisel does not eat before games, even with an evening game. I don't know if it goes back to when he was a player here. He came to the Rose Bowl sick as a dog with food poisoning. He walked down the tunnel. He came separate from the team. His dad said, what's wrong? He said, Dad, I'm sick. I got food poisoning. His dad said, so what? This is the biggest game of your life. Get in there. Rick said he went on the field, never felt sick again.
We've got 3 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the football game. Washington fighting to hold on at 34-24.
We can expect in the coming months is Director of Product Development, Paul Noon.
Got it. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster.
Overall, this has been an exciting
and more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit. Come together. In fact, with technology changing over me.
This is a bucket of water, and this is Goodyear's new and improved AquaTread 3. At highway speeds in a downpour, a set of AquaTread 3 tires pumps away over 6 gallons of water per second. That's over 360 gallons per mile, with its 80,000-mile tread life limited warranty. That's a lot of water. Think about it next time it's pouring. Buckets. New AquaTread 3. Only from Goodyear.
Goodyear, Goodyear.
It'll be third down and a long 4 or a short 5, however you want to look at it.
Rick Neuheisel really didn't want to pass the ball anymore. He might have to here, but only if it's a high percentage pass and there's no chance of an interception. It's more likely that Tuiasosopo will put some pressure on the corner and keep it himself.
Huskies can get 2 more first downs. They can win this football game. If they have to give it up right here, Purdue is still in it. Willie Hurst is the tailback. Ball is handed off to the fullback, Pat Conniff. And Conniff bangs his way to the 45, and he is 1 yard short of the first down.
Tuiasosopo wants to go for the first. I think got punted away, but he's got Rick Neuheisel's attention.
I don't think I would.
I would definitely not, but Tuiasosopo says he wants to go for it. Rick Neuheisel's leaving him on the field.
I don't see a punter out there.
Nope. He had called the punting team up, and Tuiasosopo looked to the side and said, "We've got to go for it." And Rick told those guys to back off. He's
got 6 seconds left on the play clock. So what they're going to do is either
take
spend
the
the timeout or take the penalty. They're going to take the timeout and talk about it. And I know that there's a lot of Husky faithful wringing their hands and shouting and pleading and begging to punt it.
Well, the punting team's coming back up to Neuheisel.
At least make them go the long way. But with the presence of Drew Brees, you know, a long field doesn't mean that much. And here comes Ryan Fleming, I think.
No, I still haven't seen him. Jeremy Stevens comes in. He's usually your...
Fiesta Bowl with Oregon State and Notre Dame. They're coming up right after we get through. And remember that it was Washington that inflicted the only loss on the Oregon State Beavers up in Seattle. That's the field goal try. It was wide right. With the Huskies leading 33-30. That's the only game the Beavers lost this year. Notre Dame had a remarkable error-free season with so few turnovers. Very, very efficient football team.
About 5 yards right of an undefeated season.
Yep. I think that's going to be a terrific football game.
How about this club right here beat Miami? And Miami's down there saying, hey, look, we beat Florida State. We ought to be #1. Well, this club right here at 10-1, having beaten Miami's got a claim to something.
All right, it's 4th and 1, and here comes a big old... I mean, this is showing some grit, folks. He keeps it. He's got it. He's got a first down at midfield, and this time he didn't pitch it. That ought to be your ball game. Well, I'll tell you what, I remember a long time ago, maybe 1967 at the Gator Bowl down in Jacksonville when Joe Paterno went on a play similar to that in the middle of the field. Florida State came back and beat him. Ron Sellers and that bunch.
I'll tell you this about Marcus Tuiasosopo. He is talented, he is exciting, and sometimes erratic. But what a big play player.
So on first down at midfield and the clock running now at 2:10, that may very well have been the ball game. If the Huskies don't turn it over, that play is good for about 3 yards. And I want to do some credits here. Executive producer of ABC Sports is Howard Katz. Executive producer college football John Filippelli. Director of production Bob Toms. Coordinating producer Bob Goodrich. The guys I've worked with all season, and I think they're wonderful. Producer Mark Loomis, Patrick McManus is our director, John Zippe, our technical director, associate producer Derek Mobley, associate director is Jeff Kibler, technical manager Dennis Zabo, production manager Joe Alvarado, our assistants to the producer Jason Chavico, Tom Wicks, statistician Mark Amento, Kelly Hayes, Mark and Kelly our spotter, Mark and Kelly having just come back from the NFL playoffs, computer stats Brian Sciarotto, and Freddie Amos, and our stage manager, Dave Hatter. I've been doing college football for 48 seasons, and I don't know that I've ever enjoyed one more than this year.
I'll tell you this, partner, it's been fun for me, too, and Happy New Year to you, and thanks for everything this season.
Timmy Brent and Todd Harris pleasantly working the sidelines today. No snow, no ice, and no heat. And a good job.
Purdue takes that timeout, Keith, and they've got one remaining. But as you mentioned, it is a high hill to climb now.
For Joe Tiller's staff, Ken Green, Mark Hagan, Greg Olson, Scott Downing, Brock Spack, Jim Chaney we mentioned, Danny Hope, Kevin Sumlin, Gary Emanuel. Brought an entertaining, interesting football team to the Rose Bowl. Had a good time. And this is Willie Hurst running to the outside. And a big ball game for Willie, coming home to perform. And he's picked up another first down for Washington. And for the Washington Huskies, Rick Neuheisel's staff, Keith Gilbertson and Tim Hundley, Chuck Heater, Steve Axman, Brett Myers, Randy Hart, Wayne Moses, Bobby Hawk, and Tom Williams. Another outstanding coaching job. Going to go 11-1. This is a team winning this ball game today that will finish the season 11-1, and they beat the Miami Hurricanes. So we could have a split championship. I mean, the Associated Press is not committed to the BCS poll. The coaches poll is. And this is Willie Hurst bouncing around again and picking up a couple of yards.
Minute and a half left, and of course they're still running as hard as they possibly can, melting that clock and getting out of here with their Rose Bowl championship. Very, very disappointing game for Purdue. But if you look at the quarterback comparison, and certainly they were the guys that everybody was talking to coming in or talking about coming into this ball game. Terrific game by both of these quarterbacks. You see the minus 25 down here, though. 2 sacks. He was tackled 2 other times for big losses when he was trying to scramble. Both of them quality guys that'll be playing on Sunday. Matter of fact, Gil Brandt, Keith, told me that he thinks Drew Brees is the same as Peyton Manning, only 3 inches shorter.
Well, Brees and Manning spent some time together. I guess Peyton, in some sense, has become sort of a mentor for young Brees. Clock ticking along now, 35 seconds, and now it's a matter of just running it out. And the flashbulbs are popping, and Rick Neuheisel has been drenched, and he was trying to avoid it, but he had no chance. They had him right in their sights and nailed him.
Yeah, but you know, that bath there is not nearly as hard to take as those ones when it is frigid and snowing like it was last night down in Louisiana.
And you know what? There's a guy back in Indiana, Bart Burrell, who's watching tonight, having watched a good football game, and he's got his health back, and he's one of the happiest guys in the world. We'll return with the new Ford Escape post-game show after this message. 34-24 for Washington.
It's not what you do for a living. It's what you live to do. Introducing the all-new Ford Escape. Ford Outfitters, no boundaries.
AT&T's broadband technology delivers over 100 channels with thousands of hours of programming, featuring an enormous selection of movies directly into millions of homes every day. You want a little butter with that?
Looking for a better way to track your shipments through the supply chain? This is a job for FedEx.
You're blinking.
Nokia mobile internet. Nokia, connecting people.
Coming up next, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Oregon State takes on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. But right now, more from the Rose Bowl. Let's go back to Todd Harris.
Welcome back to Pasadena. It's now time to present the championship trophy. With me, Lauren Brown, president of the Tournament of Roses, to make that presentation. Mr. Brown.
On behalf of the Tournament of Roses, I present the 2001 Rose Bowl championship trophy to the Washington Huskies. Congratulations.
Coach. Coach, it's been a long season for you. I know this means a lot to you and your Huskies, but let's talk about CW number 25. You made a promise to him and you delivered today.
Well, Curtis, I know you're sitting up there, partner. This one's for you, baby.
The Washington Huskies, the 2001 Rose Bowl champions. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much. It's an honor. The entire state of Washington is honored. We're back where we belong, back in Pasadena.
That's it, Keith. Back up to you.
ABC Sports Online, ESPN.com, keyword ABC College Football. This a presentation of ABC Sports. Coming up next, Oregon State, Notre Dame, Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.